big game.
Nothing one is more crucial to an Open Championship run than National Player of the Year candidate Jedi.
Candidate. Ah, shit. Dripping blood. I'm dripping blood. Dripping blood.
Steps up to the SEC. Not quick enough, not fast enough, not a good enough athlete.
Dripping blood. Dripping blood. What up? What up? What up? Everybody at work, huh? Everybody at work. Y'all driving home? Everybody at work driving home. What up, AJ? What's that? Yeah. I ain't really got no topic right now. Well, I do, but I do have a topic, but I don't really want to talk about it yet because I'm about to be cooking. I don't want to have an in-depth discussion, but what I wanted to talk about, what I did want to talk about was I need to get one of them things to stick up over here. With them little, with them little sticky, them, you know what I'm talking about, them, shit, I don't know, them damn sticky things where you can stick your phone. You stick your phone, with them little sticky magnet things. So I ain't gotta use no stick. I ain't gotta use no stick. I'm dripping blood. But I did want to just get on live. But what I like the topic that I do want to sit down and actually have a discussion about is that fucking segregation shit. That's actually what I was wanting to talk about, because motherfuckers is tripping. Talking about they want to. You got all these black people talking about they want segregation back. So that's actually the topic I do want to talk about. I mean, not necessarily right now, but I mean, it ain't gonna hurt. But I'm not gonna be able to get in depth like right now compared to when I actually sit down and have a topic about it. But that shit wild, boy. I tell you that much, that shit is wild. That you got, man, what my, that you got a bunch of black people out there talking about they want to, they cool and they want to bring segregation back. Boy, that is some crazy ass shit, boy. We are living in the end of days. We are living in the end of days, boy. I tell you. People are out of their fucking mind. But then got the nerve to tell me the other day, oh, I need to step up. I need to rise up for the culture. I need to stop talking and go do something. Boy, you out your rabbit ass mind. You think I would get up and go hit the streets and y'all out here talking about, segregation need to come back. Boy, y'all niggas, I'm so sick of y'all. I'm so sick of black people. Boy, our ancestors would be, y'all ancestors would be disgusted. Disgusted by y'all motherfuckers, boy. Disgusted. I just bought some garlic powder. What up, Tyrese, man? Bruh. But this is my point when it comes to that, where you got a lot of black people talking about they want segregation back. Number one, these are motherfuckers who don't even read. Like, but that's the ploy. That's what they wanted. That's why they done spent all these years. And it's no coincidence that, like, this is what I was talking about when I was like, we can't let people sit here and just discredit our leaders of the past. Every time it's Martin Luther King Day, what you got? Them fucking septum ring, bull ring nose, sage burning black girls. They come on and say that same lie every year. Oh, he was having, orgies with a bunch of white women and cheating with white women and he loved it. Like, and then you got the other black people, Obama ain't do shit for black people. Like, it's just, but when you degrade the culture of a community, aka black people, when you degrade our culture, you can erase our history. I'm gonna say that one more time. When you degrade our culture, you then can erase our history. So there's been a degradation of black culture, our accomplishing the things that we did, so they can erase our history. So it's more, so they're like, our history gets rewritten and manipulated, so you can have motherfuckers talking about, yeah, they want sex, like black people, not even white people, black people arguing for segregation to come back. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. My grandfather would be rolling in his grave right now, bro. Rolling in his motherfucking grave. Then, like, bro, like, man, them people, my great grandparents had to, down in Bastrop, Louisiana, they had to sit there and fight off white folk for a little piece of land, barely over an acre of land, and had to fight white folks off of their shit. Would burn their crops on purpose, all type of shit, bro. And my grandfather, that's how my grandfather learned how to build houses and shit, because they always had to rebuild and resettle and shit. And you got black folk talking about, yeah, bring back sex, bro. My thing is, if that's why I said I want to sit down and have an actual conversation about it, because I want them to explain how this shit gonna work. We don't even have the infrastructure to support something like that. And then when you go back to the 1940s and 50s, Jim Crow South, we didn't own shit. Oh, you like, this ain't no cooning shit. This is reality, bro. They always want to point. I said there was about 9 to 12 actual towns of quote unquote black wealth or black middle class, and they were all fucking destroyed. But they act like this, like those were common, like those were everywhere. Like all the black people in the Jim Crow South was just living because we was bliggity bitty black together. Like, bro, we are still segregated and separated today. That's why y'all be sitting here crying because you can't get up in the club that you want to go to because they got a dress code to keep your black ass out of there. So you got to go to the black people club. Like, we already segregated and shit like that. So what are people talking about? We still segregated. We still separated. And y'all niggas can't stop buying Lululemon. We don't own the infrastructure. Like right now we have the ability for black people who made it out, who got the wealth, black millionaires, black billionaires, to do everything that they claim that segregation is supposed to magically make happen. They have the ability, they got the ability to do that shit now, and they don't. The reason why black people stuck together during the fucking Jim Crow South is because we had to stick together because we couldn't go nowhere. Like what do we, and then like the black hospitals and the black schools and all that shit that people keep referring to, they like the black schools, like when we had black teachers teaching the kids. No, it wasn't. And then the shit that they was using to teach the kids was hand-me-downs from decades old books. You had fucking high schoolers learning out of middle school books back then because that's all they had. That's all they had. So like that's why I said people need to go read a fucking book, bruh. People need to go read a fucking book. To sit here, like, that's what I'm saying. Y'all got the white, we doing, black people doing the white people job for. You got black people arguing for segregation. Hey, Pooh.
Hey, Daddy.
You had a good day at school? Hey, Joe. How was school? I said, boy, we do it to ourselves at this point. You got black people on TikTok right now arguing for segregation to come back. White people ain't even got to. The white man ain't got to hold us down no more. Black people do it to we do it to ourselves. You got black people in tech spaces, corporate America. You know what I'm saying? In spaces we never thought we would ever be in because of equal opportunity, because of the Civil Rights Act, because of affirmative action. Spaces that we would never be in. And you got niggas arguing, talking about we don't even benefit from none of that. Bruh, you can't make this shit up, boy. Boy, you can't make this shit up, bruh. Will look you straight in the face and say black people ain't benefit from none of that. Mind you, they sitting in they fucking 6-figure, nice, comfy corporate office job with air conditioning. Talking about they ain't never benefited from DEI, affirmative action, equal opportunity, or the Civil Rights Act. Get the fuck out of here. But again, when you degrade the culture, you can erase the history. That's why when you read the books, that's why they put those pictures in black and white. That's why they sit there and got these. That's why I feel like Dr. Umar a part of the fucking problem. He might be a part of the op. He got y'all over here talking about segregation is good for black people. Whole time this nigga don't even take care of his goddamn kids. Man. No. Like I said, go to the pin. I've already debunked this shit. Go to my pin video that I got right now. Go to my pin video, bruh. They talk about, because they only name Rosewood, Black Wall Street. Yeah, you couldn't name 20 black cities because there wasn't. That had wealth. Majority of the Jim Crow South prior to affirmative action, the Civil Rights Act being passed, most black people were in poverty. They were poor. I literally pulled up the statistics of the population, the black population, and the wealth prior to the Civil Rights Act and after the Civil Rights Act. Majority of black people back then were in poverty. And if we being honest, if they brought segregation back, I wouldn't even want to be stuck with half of y'all niggas. I wouldn't want to be stuck with half of y'all. That means I would have to be stuck with motherfuckers who sat there and argued for this shit that happened in the first place. I wouldn't want to associate with half of y'all. Now I'm forced to be around the motherfuckers who let their kids go out and be YNs and be mini sexy reds and run around twerking and shaking ass and having brunches for their kids' birthday at the hookah lounge and shit. I gotta be forced to have my kids and shit around that. No. I have to be around y'all now? No. I gotta force, like now I'm forced to be around what that little boy, the name, the little TK or what his name, the little boy that be around them rappers and stuff they be having and he be smoking his shit and all that, bruh. Shit. Man, get the fuck out of here. The little boy that they be having on the 20v1s, that little look, what the little boy name is? Grown women be you little RT, yeah. Be grown women be twerking on them and shit. I'm forced to be around y'all. I'm forced to be around motherfuckers who imagine being forced to be around the finessing motherfuckers in Atlanta. Like, come on, dog. But then what's gonna happen is then the black people that got something, that got money, are gonna separate from the fucking bottom feeders, and they still gonna be mad. Like, get out of here, man. Bring segregation back, boy. Y'all out y'all fucking mind. But you know what? I hope they give them motherfuckers that shit. Cause some people just gotta learn the motherfucking hard way. What's up, bro?
Man, first of all, I'm a huge fan of yours, bro. Bruh. I ain't even trying to, I'm a little nervous, but man, I wanted to talk to you about something.
Yeah.
I was just watching this video, right? And it was about how all these single women went to this to like the what's called the speed dating joint.
Yeah.
It was like out of 100 women, no men showed up.
Yeah.
And it was like one video with like 10 different interviews of women saying there's no men, the men ain't coming. And then like the few black dudes that did show up, these was all black events, by the way. But the 3 black dudes that showed up, they all went and talked to other races of women, and none of the black women, and all the black women were just looking at them like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? Like, I want your take on it. Like, I honestly want to find the video again and send it to you and just hear your take on it, because you explain things very articulately, man. And like I said, I'm a huge fan, bro. Like yeah, bro.
Well, I mean, I really want to talk about that type of shit, but I mean, we can. But
My bad.
it's cool. I seen the video. I know what video you talking about, but I mean, I'm not gonna give it no attention because I've already explained like women that go to speed dating trying to find a man, like that's loser behavior because it ain't gonna be no men. If I was an attractive man who had my way with women, I wouldn't go to speed dating. And if I did go to one, it would be so I could crack the easy women that's sitting there at the speed dating. I know that y'all are losers. So if I was the man that was above average, had my shit together, and had like it would be easy prey.
Mm-hmm.
So like as a woman, who's going to speed date looking for a quality man, you got to ask yourself, if a man was worth a damn, why would he come to this?
Right.
So the men who are going to come to this are either losers, desperate, just like you, or just trying to play the field because y'all easy to crack.
Right. And you know that whole thing about men not approaching women anymore and all that good shit, like it was just all over the place, man.
So I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, shit. I don't. Like I said, I ain't have to entertain it because I already know. I already spoke on it, and two, like, I mean, it ain't much to explain. If you go on a fucking speed dating, you got bigger problems. You got bigger problems if you go into a speed date looking for an actual relationship.
Right.
That's you better off going to the club.
Right.
So, I mean, I don't think it's that deep of a topic. Get what you look for.
I just wanted to say what up anyways though, man. Like I said, I'm a huge fan, man, but I'm gonna let you get back to it, Brody.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Peace.
Bees out there, big dog.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it ain't even much to say about that topic, bro. If you a grown ass woman going to the speed dating, you be better off if like check this out, right, ladies. If you're a woman, because I would tell a man the same shit. If you a lady, let's say you were your mid-30s, like early, mid, late 30s, and you got nice career, you got your money, you got your house, all that nice stuff. You can't find nobody, and you might just have to pay for companionship. I'm just saying. It's some men out there that got paid for companionship. I'm just saying. I'm just saying there's a big market for it. Them corporate white women do it all the time. Might just have to. Just saying. What's for dinner? Oh, but what's for dinner? So we making some pinto beans. Making some pinto beans, goddammit. Pay as a woman. See, that's your problem. That's your problem. Y'all be acting like y'all too good for this shit. I mean, if you don't want to pay for it, then keep go to speed dating then. I'm just saying, go on speed dating. Open up your options. There are a lot of men. See, that's not a solution either. If your own race of men don't want you, y'all sit here and talk all. See, this is why they don't like me. This is why they like Deontay and the other dude. Because I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Y'all, look at the state of America right now, and y'all as black women are gonna sit with a straight face and say, "Yeah, white men want me. Yep, they're a valid option, man. Them white boys are a valid option, girl." Look at the black girl who just got played by that white dude, and she boo-hooing and crying on TikTok because he put her on child support, and she can't get into his trust. They don't want y'all. So if your own race of men, like if you can't pull a black man as a black woman, what the fuck make you think you can't pull? Like you just gonna go out there and just pull the top of the line white boy? Hey, get out of here. But if y'all want to live in delusion, go ahead. Go ahead. You don't know how to get along with black men, but all of a sudden you know how to get along and play nice with a white boy or whoever. That's crazy. The reason why it worked when y'all decide to go date outside of y'all races, because when y'all get around them white boys, y'all actually pick for character. Y'all actually pick for the shit that fucking matters in a relationship versus his looks and his fucking money. So then y'all magically in y'all head think, oh, well, they're better because, like, no, bitch, you just picked better. You finally got your shit together and picked better because you was in unknown territory. You was on your best fucking behavior with them. You know what? I'm gonna ignore her. At the end of the day, there is plenty of evidence to show that them white boys don't want y'all the way y'all sitting here thinking, because y'all are no different than the black man that y'all complain about. When black men get on here and complain about y'all and say, "Oh, hey fellas, go date out, bro," because you ain't go with you, and y'all get on here and y'all mad and y'all complaining, and the same way that shit is loser behavior for the men is the same way it's loser behavior for y'all women. Period. Point blank. Period. Point blank. But I'm about to block her so she could go divest her ass somewhere else. I don't deal with that shit over here. We that's not what we do over here. So if you want to do that, take your ass to a Trump supporter page or something. Cause we don't do that shit over here, sister gal. That ain't what we do over here. See, for the black people that sit here and argue about segregation coming back, it sure is a lot of y'all who yearn for the white for that little goddamn for that pink Rufus. All them black men out here yearning for snow bunnies, all these black women out here yearning for Rufus, naked mole rats. But y'all want segregation back. Like, make this shit make sense. Make this make sense. Y'all want segregation so bad, but then y'all want a white woman or a white man so bad. Make that make sense. How you think that? How is that gonna happen? You gonna have to pick one. You gonna have to pick one. You gonna have to pick one. I'm trying to understand how a demographic of black Negroes who be chasing snow bunnies, chasing Rufus, want segregation back. Somebody help me understand. Help me. Help me. I'm confused. I'm confused. Hold on, AJ. You be about time. I'm trying to let some new folks up. Help me understand how these snow bunny chasers and then you got down Rufus gobblers. How y'all want segregation back? You do know that means if they bring back segregation, you do know you ain't gonna be able to chase in white folk the way y'all be over here hyping them up all the time. Y'all do know that, right?
Big facts.
I just hope they know that.
That's big facts. It's not only that, like, it's a whole bunch of other things that go into it. Like, what are we gonna do with biracial people?
About what?
About biracial folk. Like how do they decide that?
They gonna be
that's
black.
That's
If we go by the old bylaws of the Jim Crow South, they gonna be black.
Then they putting themselves into this, man. I don't know.
I don't think
they're gonna do it to
I don't
themselves.
think
They're gonna do it to themselves.
They haven't fully thought through the infrastructure of this shit because they don't read books.
No. He's just saying what he think is scary. He's fear mongering. He's fear mongering. Regardless if he do it or not, he's
No. I'm talking about the black people that are like, yeah, we should bring it back because we need to build our own, and we used to have black cities and black towns, and we had black doctors and black schools, and we had our own, and now we dependent on the white man. I was like, bitch, we was dependent on the white man back then too.
yeah.
Like, where do they think? So, let's say you had a black butcher back then. Mm-hmm. Number one, it ain't like we had our own farms and shit like that.
No. I understand what you're saying. The system was still a white,
right? But I'm talking to the people.
Well, it was a black power system, but it was a white owned system, a white T owned system. I'm sorry.
Like, where do they think that? But like, that's why you got like black people watch they meat, because they would give us the shitty cuts and the small cuts of meat, and that's what they were serving at the black butchers.
Mm-hmm.
So like, where do they think like? And right now we're separated and segregated right now. What are all these black people with the wealth and the black billionaires and the black millionaires who have the chance and opportunity to do this shit right now without being forced to by quote unquote segregation? So if they were forced to because we segregated, you think they're gonna do it then?
I'm gonna say when it comes to those folks are the same reason why the same thing we seen in the Latin community with that 60%. It's the same thing. They're trying to be in proximity, and that's what it is. It's nothing else about it. It's about greed and proximity.
I'm just trying to understand the logic of these black folk that want segregation back so bad, because it don't make sense. And I want one of them to come up to the live because they've been loud on TikTok the past couple of days. I want them to come up and try to make sense and elaborate on how they think it's so great.
Like, yeah, I wouldn't push all of that. I think what they're trying to do is fearmonger to push the division further, but that's the whole point of it in totality. But when it comes down to it, like, nah, at this point in day and age, I don't think that that'd be a smart choice because it's a lot of dramatic changes that happen. That's gonna cause a lot of broken families. It's not realistic.
I mean, the biggest one of all is these black people won't be able to chase the white people they want so bad.
I'm thinking about like I'm not thinking about like people ambitions. I'm thinking about like the things that's already set in place and how those things gonna have to change. You get what I'm saying? Because something's gonna have to change. You just can't set that and then everything just stays the same. But that's the rule. Like it don't work like that. So like, what are they talking about changing? Because you could say this and you could say this all you want to, but until they actually have a plan or we know what type of way or in which type of form they're going to do so, then at this point, it's shit talking. You get what I'm saying? I feel like it's just shit talking.
Oh yeah, of course it is. But I'm just
Like, yeah, why would they get up in there? Yeah. Why
I'm
would
being
All
you?
I gotta say is them black women chasing them white men. Go ahead and get that milkmaid dress ready, and them black men that's chasing them white women. Y'all about to be fighting over them.
nah.
Y'all about to
Yeah,
be
it's
the
so
entertainment.
Them black men. If segregation come back, them black dudes who chase white women, you might well go pick a tree, big dog.
Yep.
Just go pick a tree.
Go pick a tree. Go pick your go pick your type of rope you want, cause that's exactly what's about to happen.
Uh,
There's about to be a lot of jobs gone too. A lot of people don't realize that too. There's about to be a lot of jobs that's about to get canceled out.
and what's so crazy to me is how they say we had all these black businesses and Black Wall Street. Like there weren't actively white people in the Ku Klux Klan running around, burning them down, destroying the
I was gonna say
community.
they tore down Black Wall Street.
but not
White people
even.
did that.
But that's the thing, bro. There was I like I said, I already made a video about it. There was only between 9 to 12 towns that were like that in the entire
Exactly.
country.
Exactly.
Yeah,
The
brother.
way they
So
talk
can I
about it
say
is like we
something?
just had these fucking Wizard of Oz cities across the Jim Crow South.
Well, brother, this is what you got to understand when you read history. Is there's a lot of it wasn't documented, but there was way more businesses that
Bruh,
black people
bruh,
owned, and
that,
they
But
actually
bruh,
were
that
wiped out
see,
it
because
wasn't.
let me tell you
that's
something.
what I'm
Let me
talking
tell you
about.
something.
That's the shit I be
But
talking about. It is very much documented.
you know,
You
brother,
can look
no,
you
it's
can
no, documented by who?
It
Who?
doesn't matter who.
Yeah, it does matter who. Who's documenting this?
Where's your doc? So who are you talking about when you refer like who's your
I,
source?
first, brother, I'm gonna just let you say that. I'm gonna
No,
just say
no,
this, man.
no.
I actually
Who's your,
like your channel, and
who's your source for all of these black cities? The statistics for the black population prior to the Civil Rights Act being passed, as far as our income. Who is your source that you refer to that has the accurate
my
information?
my source is my grandparents, my great grandparents, and what they have told me and passed down to me in my
So your
lineage.
great grandparents,
So
so your great grandparents had
and
access.
and
So
not
your
just
great
me, but other
grandparents,
people. Grand
shut the fuck up.
No,
So
you shut
your
the fuck
great
up, you bitch ass
grandparents.
nigga.
So your
Fucking look
okay,
like a sissy, you
Damn.
all
fucking
right, shut the
girl.
fuck up. Bye. Because his great grandparents have access to the
I was
fucking
gonna
Census Bureau that
I
gives the
was
statistics of the black income
I
during
was
the
gonna ask, I was
1930s
like,
to the
what
1960s.
businesses? All the small businesses or all the large businesses that actually, mattered back then? You can't have documentation for every business that was out there.
But guess who does have documentation? The fucking government who gave out the business loans for these people and the land deeds so these people can have these businesses. So why wouldn't it? But the white man control those stats though, right? The
Right.
white man control that.
Yeah.
Like, nigga, what the fuck? See, that's that shit I be talking about. That's the shit I be talking about. The IRS, the government, the land deeds that they give the business loans. Like, this shit is documented, nigga. They ain't got nothing to do with the white man. Like, what the fuck? Like, what do we see? That's the shit I be talking about. Go read a fucking book. My great grandparents, nigga, and my great grandparents also were fucking sharecroppers. And talked about, like I said earlier, that's how my grandfather learned how to build houses, because they always had to rebuild their house because of the fucking white people that would come in Bastrop, Louisiana and fuck they shit up. But my great grandparents and my grandparents also lived in fucking poverty. Nigga, this nigga going off fucking my great grandparents. Man, shut up. Great grandparents probably ain't had fucking 2 socks to rub together. Oh.
This is just a distraction. It's definitely
I'm
Yeah,
not,
this whole
it's
that whole
classism, bro.
that whole segregation shit is another
bro.
distraction, like you
Like I
just
said,
said.
you can pull up
It's
the
about
labor
classes.
statistics. Pull up the labor statistics prior to the Civil Rights Act being passed. Black people didn't have access to white collar jobs.
Right.
It was either labor or housekeeping. Like, what are we talking about? And those jobs didn't pay well. Like, man, these niggas, boy. But that's what happens when you don't read books. That's what happens when you don't read books.
And people think it's hard now trying to get a white collar job, trying to get somewhere in life. That
You,
shit gonna be definitely hard. That segregation shit come out. That
bro,
shit damn near gonna be impossible.
my great grandmother was a fucking housekeeper.
Mhm.
And she worked damn near 18, like fucking 16, 18-hour days.
Just to try to get food on the table type shit. Not even
Right,
to,
like what are we talking about here, bro?
bro. My grandmother, not my great grandmother. I'm a little older than most on here. I'm in my mid to late 30s, right? My grandmother was not allowed to go to Central Park. My grandmother wasn't allowed to drink from certain, faucets,
That's fine too.
and
I
so
just
it's
was
like
lucky.
to
I was just lucky enough to
entertain
be able to
like
see
people,
my great grandparents also.
right?
But my grandparents was
It
born.
wasn't that long ago is the
Yeah.
point, right?
It's the
So
effects.
so the thing that's crazy to me, right? We have family members that fought and died to not have this shit go on. And the moment they hear the word segregation, they're like, yeah, bring that shit back. To hear black people say that is crazy.
Crazy, bro.
It's ridiculous.
It's so crazy. You think you're
I
gonna be segregated and have shit?
I heard somebody's like
No.
reasoning, like they said somebody was talking about they want to bring it back so they can bring Black Wall Street. They're just gonna tear the shit down again, anyways. Like the one
Bruh,
guy
they kill us
was
now in
talking.
front of our face. Imagine if they could hide it.
Bro, check this out. That's what I'm saying. This black people have a weird obsession with this boomer bust mentality. Like, yeah, we gonna create Black Wall Street. There is nothing. First of all, there's been a million Black Wall Street. There are black cities and black towns and black neighborhoods right now that have
Right.
wealth, that have a
Yep.
strong middle class right now. Like that, like Black Wall Street has been created over and over again since then.
Right.
So my thing is, what is stopping? Like, there is nothing stopping black people
Nothing.
right now from coming together, from doing whatever the fuck they think segregation is going to accomplish. These are the same niggas who can't stop buying Lululemon when the fucking owner
Yeah.
has said he don't want black
Or
motherfuckers
better,
in this shit. These are the
or better
same
yet,
black
any
people.
designer.
This is right. The same black people who fiend over, get their tax refund and want to go buy some Louis Vuitton, and these fucking places have said they don't want your black ass in it.
Yep.
These are the same black, but now, but like that's what's like. So what you think segregation is gonna force the black? Like it's gonna force the black people who have to come deal with your impoverished ass? No.
Nope. Nope. And
Fucking
the
PG County,
segregation part is the
in
white people.
DC is black as fuck. My cousin live out there. A bunch of a bunch of 6-figure earners and high earning people live in PG County out there in fucking Maryland. Black as fuck. Whole neighborhood black as shit where my cousin live.
Bro, I live in Gwinnett. My
Black
whole
as shit.
neighborhood is black. They got money over here, right?
Right.
But what people don't understand is this. I'm starting to see a lot of white faces, right? They just start popping up. That's how it happens, right? What you think segregation is, bro? You think you staying in your fucking house?
Bruh.
No. They're gonna
That's how.
segregate your
See,
ass.
I live in Detroit, so it was just predominantly black, right? All the white people moved out to the suburbs and everything.
Yep.
The minute they start rebuilding that city, start making new condos and shit downtown, all them white people start moving back into the city. I see
Because
more white people.
so I took an environmental politics class probably like 2-3 semesters ago. And she explained how that happens and like how so what happens is like everybody in the city, things getting so everybody wanted to move out into the suburbs, get away from black people. So they move out to the suburbs, they take all their money, their resources with them. That lowers the property tax in the city, so the city stops investing in the city. That's how you get shitty water, shitty infrastructure, shit like that. So then all the black people running in the dirt because what happens with impoverished people who don't have resources, crime, things of that nature go up. And then when that happens, all the white people who get tired of having to drive, 30 minutes to go grocery shopping in the suburban sprawls, they get tired of that. And then they come back to the city like, oh, this is cool. I don't need a car anymore because the suburbs has gotten expensive. Now they want to come back to the city and have city living because now the city is like running into the dirt and they can just gentrify and run it back up.
Yep. White people too stupid to realize that that's for the rich people and not, rich people just see broke people. They don't see white and black.
They see
That's a
money.
class.
But then white people too goddamn
Money
stupid to
and
realize
class.
that too.
That class.
Like,
Classism facts.
I'm not about to sit here and argue. Like, buddy that came up talking about, well, who you think produced the stats, bruh? Look, if y'all want to see that, the white man can't fake all the stats, goddammit.
What a lot of people don't realize is the only reason why they have stats is because of black people with their goofy
Right.
ass.
You don't think the government want to keep track of the fucking money and the niggas that they kept very good record books on the slaves. They kept very good record books on where their money was going when it came to slavery and Jim Crow. What the fuck are we talking? That might be the one time in history that I would say that they kept accurate stats and details.
Let me ask you this, Benny. Where they think the term the black dollar came from? Black people didn't make up that term. Goofy.
Right.
Like what what are we talking about?
$1.
White people talk about the black dollar. We just know the term now.
Right. Because they need to know about it.
Fuck out of here.
Right, like I said, dealing with people that don't read books, man. Just watch YouTube.
Going off of feelings and opinions. That's it. No facts.
Fucking YouTube conspiracies of Tariq
folklore.
Nasheed documentaries and Dr. Umar, bro.
Folklore. They take folklore as facts, and it doesn't even make sense if you were to think the shit through. How would segregation be beneficial at all to any person of color when motherfucker the utility company is still gonna be white, ain't it? Yeah, you ain't gonna have no power, motherfucker. They not gonna have. How you gonna get water there? Like, to even say stuff like that is the stupidest shit ever because
It's not
like
the intelligent way of building a demographic up. You feel me?
it's
do it
not
from the inside.
intelligent at all. You can't.
Right.
It's not intelligent at all because at the end of the day, what they're saying is that the people who actually lived through it didn't know what the fuck they was talking about when they wanted to integrate. No, not like the people who actually lived through it, who wanted to integrate, they were stupid. But you know more. No, it doesn't even make sense. Like how the fuck they had to integrate.
And to add, I gotta add to what you're saying.
Okay.
The thing that's crazy, even if you don't know the stats, if you don't look it up, you have grandparents and great grands.
But it's common sense.
It's not common sense.
You don't
so
even
common, my
got
boy.
no, but I'm saying it's common sense. Think about it. Like, so you mean to tell me that that you're gonna be all black and segregated and all this other shit, but then the schools and shit are gonna still be segregated.
I'll do you
they
one
not
better.
know that black schools were using outdated ass books? The books are still written by white people.
Right.
So what are y'all talking about?
Hey,
Like the books were
I'll do
outdated.
you one better. Like,
Listen,
oh wait,
Benny,
finish.
hold on.
Let me finish.
Benny has a video. Benny has a video about how he bought half a cow, right? Who you bought that from, Benny?
A white
White
man.
man.
Exactly. It's just
Oh, look,
stupid. Like, are you?
hold
Wait.
on.
Let me
Listen,
finish.
wait.
Okay.
And then Benny
I
did the
didn't even
right thing
finish.
by spitting that to everybody else, right? Who's gonna follow that? Probably not many, right? They're gonna spend their shit on Gucci, whatever. But there's black farmers out there that are doing the same thing. You got to really look for them because, of course, they silence them, right? But how you gonna segregate and have when you don't give to the black owners that do shit now? How?
Right. But it's just
And
stupid.
and I'm not even knocking. I'm not knocking. I don't want you to take it the wrong way. I'm not knocking what you did because it's smart as fuck. But we can't even invest in our communities now, buy from black farmers, stuff like that, because we allow white people to silence them. But we talking about, oh, we'll do better if we were segregated.
But
I
it
was gonna
doesn't
say he
even
just
matter,
be
even if you
funded.
bought from black
Trump
people,
just be funded
because
his damn
what? Let me finish. Hold on. It doesn't even matter, even if you bought from black people, because at the end of the day, it's still going. And you don't own Chase, you don't own Bank of
There's
America,
black banks,
motherfucker.
bro.
You
There's
don't
black
own.
banks.
We have black banks, and they don't even bank black. And then when it comes to education, you mean to tell me that you're gonna keep us out of education, segregate education? Well, motherfucker, Emory has some of the most top-notch, expensive, most up-to-date technology. You mean to tell me that you're going to separate your people from technology, from the goddamn? That's primarily why they had to integrate, because
We
you mean
made
to
the
tell me
technology.
that they get. If you're in medical school, technology, how to use an X-ray machine, how to use how to understand radiography, how to understand a UGI scan, like how to understand, you know what I'm saying, how to understand a GI scan, how to understand all of these things. This equipment is not made by black people. How are you going to understand how to do a GI scan? How are you going to understand how to use an X-ray machine, motherfucker?
But
You don't have
see,
access to that.
but see, that's the
So it's
thing,
like it's
right?
the stupidest shit they ever say. It makes
That's
no
the thing.
sense.
You're not
Yeah,
wrong. You're not wrong. But at the
when
same
it come
time,
down to it, just that
there
we
are
don't have
black
the
schools and
infrastructure,
black
and they
people
don't
that create this
understand what
technology.
infrastructure is.
They don't have it. And if you don't ever have it, we duplicate the technology.
All it does,
We
they
don't
don't
have it.
realize. They
Black
don't
people
realize
created a
we
lot of
gonna
that
get the
technology,
shitty
my
end of
boy.
the stick every
We
time.
created it after it was over. No.
No,
We're not gonna do that. We're not.
we are the innovators of a lot of that technology. The
Okay.
sonogram machine, the elevator.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But and it's not to argue,
But
right?
how are we
It's not
going
to
to? But
argue.
without the resources, we're
Listen,
talking about now. I don't even talking
let
about
me
now.
let
If
me
we
tell you. Let me
segregated from
explain
schools,
real
how are
quick.
we going to? We're talking about now.
Let me
If
tell
we
you. I'm going to tell
segregate,
you how. Right? You see what Benny doing right now? How many people, or black people, or Hispanic people, sit there, prepare their food the way he doing right now? They don't. The biggest
yeah,
enemy white
it's
people.
class
Listen,
people.
hold on. Let me
It's
finish.
class. It's not
The
race. It's
biggest.
class.
It's not that. The biggest enemy white people has created for people of color is convenience.
Time.
We
No, it's
will
not a
not.
white
We
people
will
thing.
not
It's
No, let him
class.
sacrifice.
finish. Let him
Let me
finish. It's
finish, my
time.
boy.
He's
Let me
right.
finish. We will not sacrifice our convenience for the greater good. We will go to the easiest white person that's right there for us, right? You got
Right.
to go out of your way to go to these black businesses. You got to go out of your way to help support the community and stop relying on white people. There's a black
because
person for
that's
everything you just
because
said,
that's
bro.
social class. When you go up in social class, you don't mind paying for convenience. That's what I mean. It's class. Has nothing to do with race. Doesn't matter that
That's not true. Because
nobody.
when
No.
you're poor,
Why
you still
would
go to
I?
DoorDash. You know what I'm saying? When you're
That's
poor, you
still
still spend
that's a
money on shit
luxury.
you ain't got no business spending money on.
Right. But that's still a luxury. That's still a luxury.
That's
It's like,
my
why would I go
point.
to the store and
Because people
right?
are willing to pay their last dollar for convenience.
Right. That's a social class thing. Whether you are in that social class or you choose to participate like you are, that is a classist thing. That is not a race thing. Like, why would I go buy all the stuff to make a bread when I
It
used to
was
buy a loaf? I
designed.
used to buy a
It
loaf.
was designed to be a race thing.
It's not.
Under the
It's
guise of a social
class.
thing, bro.
Our,
That's what I'm
our
trying to
country is
explain.
predicated. Our
No,
country
no,
is
no. It's
predicated on
definitely a
class
class.
first,
It's
and
definitely
then
a
race in
class
there.
first.
Because I trust
It's
and
class
believe a
first
black
and then
rich
race.
person and a white rich person there's no difference. None.
Correct.
They don't even see it. Race is something that poor people argue about. It is not something that rich people discuss.
I was gonna say,
Oh man,
yeah. Rich people,
the
they
rich
just
people
talk
don't
about
discuss
money.
race, huh?
They
We was
don't. They
just
really
talking
don't
about the
care.
black dollar and where that
Right.
term came from.
Right.
We didn't create it.
Because during like when the black middle class was increasing, certain automakers even like had to like specifically said this is how you cater to the upper middle class blacks. It was because black people were crossing into their social class, not because black people were black. They didn't care about black people. It was black people who are now affluent enough to purchase the things that we have.
And Cadillac specifically was going under because they couldn't sell to white people, so they figured out how to sell to
Exactly.
black,
So they said, let's
to
sell to
black
the
folks.
black people got money. Let's sell
So
to
did
this
rich
group
people say
of
let's sell to
black.
the black
It's
people
rich.
or not?
Yes, these were.
You just said that they
Yes,
don't
were
discuss
rich.
race.
It was. They don't. It was because of class. It was because black people. It was because people that just
The
so
moment you
happen
say
to be
black
black.
people, it's about race too, though,
It
bro.
was because people who
They
just so
do that
happened
for
to be black crossed into their class. They didn't care what race you were. It was you were crossing into my class. They didn't care about all black people. They cared about this group that was crossing into their social class. Our country is predicated on
Because they
social
had the money.
class,
I
and
was
then
gonna
race,
say
and
About
then
that
gender.
money. About that money.
because they had
That was
money
your
back
money.
then.
Like, how you bring that
They didn't
money.
care about.
None of
They didn't
that.
care about black people for being black.
Uh-huh.
It's you're rich now. I mean, you're now one of us.
Yep.
That's one of the main reasons they destroyed Black Wall Street too.
So overall,
There's a lot of black
for
people.
me, y'all do the same thing differently.
But
And when it comes
But Black Wall Street has
to
been rebuilt a million times. It's a million times. Peachtree Street on. It's like, do people even pull up the actual
Why does
figures
it
on
have to
Black
be
Wall Street?
rebuilt
Like, why is that?
in the first
Why is
place?
that a constant talking point when Peachtree Street in Atlanta has more black dollars on it? Like, Black Wall Street was just a collection of just a few shops and stuff. Like, I think y'all let that name kind of like make y'all like it wasn't. We have rebuilt Black Wall Street a million times over. Like, look at the amount of money that's in black banks currently. Like, so
Why
to
does it
use
have
that
to
as
be
a point of
rebuilt a million
contention,
times over, though?
because we've done it a million. We've already
Why?
accomplished that goal. It's already been accomplished. Why do we keep looking at it as a point of contention, as if they did something that we have not already overcome? Why do we have to look at it as like a point of they hurt us? They really didn't hurt nothing. We overcame that shit
I see where
a
you're coming
million
from.
times.
Yeah, I do
Like,
see
I
where
see
you're
where
coming
you're
from.
coming
You do
from
got a
now,
point
right?
with that.
You
You gotta
definitely,
think.
you definitely
You gotta
not
think.
wrong.
Nowadays, what we're dealing with nowadays, we're in a whole
it's like
different level.
we're
compared
not
to
no
back
fucking
then.
victim. They did that shit
It's
and we
not the
beat them.
same
And
type
I
of.
think
It's not on the
somebody,
same level.
Y'all constantly bring up shit that's like
hold on, Chad, hold on. You and I get it because you're not wrong, right? But I think that's where they fucked us over, right? Because we'll be arguing, saying the same shit, just a different way, like somebody else has said, right? Nobody's playing the victim game, but we also saying what needs to be done. But before segregation gets fucking talked about, you know what I'm saying? There's shit we could do now, like Manny was saying earlier. There's shit we can do right now. Nothing's stopping us from doing shit right now. Before you talk about having to segregate from each other, when that shit's not gonna help us at all.
that's not even an
And
option.
motherfuckers ain't
Segregation is not an option. I don't get why
That's
anybody
the
would say that. That's
last damn thing you
asinine.
should be worried about.
Right.
That's asinine. It's the stupidest shit
And
ever.
Chad's point is right. You know what I'm saying? You're absolutely right because it's like motherfuckers have been to the top and done all that shit. Ain't nobody need no handouts or nothing like that. We're strong enough to do it now. We've done it a million times over. That's basically what he's saying. So I get that, and I don't. I think that's where the divide comes to when people think people are talking about the victim mentality versus trying to build some shit, right?
Yeah, it's always victim, not victor. And
Right.
it's just
And
like,
right.
like the whole like I think literally people honestly don't even know what Black Wall Street was. They literally think it was like this like stocks and bonds in the Wall Street. Like it's
No.
not that.
a lot of people,
It was literally
talk about
just
like it's
a
mystical
group of
place,
black
like it's a
owned
whole,
neighborhood.
Like, yeah.
Like, God,
They act
people
like
don't
it's
even. I
Narnia.
guarantee people have never even looked it up. It was just a neighborhood,
Right.
no different than any of the other neighborhoods, black neighborhoods. It was just a neighborhood. Like, but people act like we was actually trading stocks and bonds on the S&P 500 or some shit. It's not what it was. It's like, so they really didn't. It wasn't as crippling as people make it out to be. It was what it was, but we did that shit. 50 years later, that shit was double. They ain't do shit.
That is true. That's what I'm saying. The numbers now calculated to the numbers then is two different levels. Two different levels.
I mean, at one point, we were the wealthiest demographic. You feel me? But every time a motherfucker get out of place for them, right? They start trimming the hedges.
At what point?
Well, when you're talking about those towns, like the towns they flooded and shit like that, they were getting too big for their britches, right? What's the town out here in Georgia that they flooded?
Purville.
Right. That's the same thing. They were thriving. The banks were prosperous. Profits was up. We can't have that. That's what I mean. You know what I'm saying? I might have not said it right when I said the wealthiest demographic. I pulled that on my ass. But
Because
you
they
know what
did
I
the
mean.
same
My
thing at
point
Lenox
was-
Mall. If you look
my
at
point
Lenox
was
Mall,
that we were prospering, and when we had our own neighborhoods that was doing that shit, they wiped it out.
But that's what we saying. Like those, we still have those neighborhoods, and we
Right.
have more money now.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like it didn't go away. Like black
Well,
people.
no. So my point is
That's
that
what
we
I'm
had to
saying.
start over though, right?
After integration, black people, our wealth went up, our
Right.
education stats went up, everything
Right.
went up. The
Absolutely.
problem was not integration. The problem
No.
was crack.
Yes.
And
The
like I
CIA.
said, I already talked about this.
Yeah.
We were educationally, we were on pace to we caught up. Well, we were damn near almost caught up with them as far as education prior to the 1980s when they hit us with fucking crack.
Right. That's my point, though.
Everything was
When
good.
men
Everything
chose
was
to go,
Gucci.
men
You see
chose
what you said
to
though,
go
Benny? You
get-
said on
it was a
pace.
choice.
That was my point, right? You said we was on pace. Every time they do some shit like crack or fuck up a community, motherfuckers gotta start over.
No. But they didn't do crack. Black men chose to go to white people and buy the crack. They chose to buy the coke. They then brought it back to their own communities and cooked it and sold it
the
to their own
CIA
people. That's
is the
what it
ones
was.
that
The
taught them how to
CIA
cook
did
it,
not do
though.
none of that. The CIA flew that in for those rich white people. And black men chose to go. Why do you think we always
CIA
needed to
created that
connect?
formula though, Chad.
No, they didn't. They didn't
they
create
did.
nothing. They flew that in for rich white people at Studio 54 and shit. Like, why do we always need to connect? Oh, where to connect?
That's not
watch
Chad,
it on
Chad.
Snowfall.
At that
You
point,
watch it on Snowfall.
right? Yeah,
You
The
watch
CIA
it, like-
look. The one inaccurate thing in Snowfall is that this motherfucker stumbled into the hood and found a motherfucker cooking crack. No, it didn't work that way.
Nobody.
The CIA is the one that created
'cause
that formula, bro.
No. They didn't. The CIA didn't create. It was
Chad,
created
Chad,
by.
so
it
you
was
telling me in the
created
hood
by-
we had
it's
beakers and flasks and we were
It's
creating
already
drugs?
documented. It was created by immigrants, Caribbean immigrants. Already, we were new
Crack
to
was created in-
cocaine. Let me tell you, yes, it's already documented. Y'all got to do is read it. We were new to that drug. That drug wasn't new, period. That drug was just new to the United States. They were very familiar with it. They already knew how to cook it. So Caribbean immigrants in Miami showed them how to create it. They showed it through teenagers. Learned how to do that process. And then they expanded from Miami to Atlanta to Detroit to LA. That is where it started. And they showed them how to convert it. But the Caribbean, because Caribbean people were already familiar with it. You think people who were born and raised in Colombia don't know how to manipulate it? They know how to get it from a plant. Of course they know how to make it.
Chad, let me add this to it too also.
You said what?
Crack, all it is the bottom pace of cocaine. It's the bottom pace of cocaine.
Oh, you breaking up, bro. You got to get your signal together.
It was a poor man's like drug.
Right, it was for the rich people, right? They didn't fly that. What sense does it make that they spent millions of dollars, billions of dollars to fly in metric tons of a drug to sell to a bunch of poor people? That doesn't even make logical sense. They flew in millions of dollars to sell it to rich people.
Who flew it
poor
in,
black
Chad?
people. They didn't fly it in for us. They flew it in for the
who flew it
rich
in?
people.
Who flew
For
it in?
rich, they flew it in for rich people. That has nothing to do. Black people were not a part of this plan. Black people were already being destroyed from the heroin that a black man, Frank Lucas, went to Vietnam to go get and bring back and sell to his own people. What the hell do you need this conspiracy theory to unalive a group of people that's already unaliving themselves off of a dope
The
that a black man
CIA
sold them
used
already?
people like Frank
They did.
Lucas, bro.
They did.
You
We
think
were
they didn't
only
know?
13%. That doesn't. No, they did not. They didn't. Black people were
What?
not a part of that thing. Why do y'all believe this whole? Nobody don't need to try hard to defeat black people. Like, why are y'all saying that? This whole we're only 13% of the population
Bro,
and we were poor.
You contradicted the fuck out yourself. Because
Yes,
first,
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
are. 'Cause,
No, I'm not.
brother, you
They
think the
didn't fly that shit
CIA?
in for black people at all. It wasn't for black people at all. They
They
flew
had
it
a
in for the
knowledge that
rich
was
white.
going. They knew it was
They-
going through there before all of this was happening. So you think they just
No. This is all folklore. You didn't read any of this. This is all things that you've been told that you believe that just take
Brother,
off
brother.
the accountability
They-
of what
you
happened.
gonna tell me-
Nobody
you gonna
at the
tell
end of the
me
day.
why?
Hold on, man.
At the
Hold
end
on
of the
a
day,
second.
nobody
Hold on.
told you to go buy it from
Chad,
them and
Chad.
bring it back and cook it and sell it to your own people.
The
That was a
military,
choice.
it was
That was a
facilitated through the
choice.
military. You're telling me that,
That was
you
a
don't-
choice.
The CIA didn't know that.
I'm saying that they flew it in for
Who
white
is
people. It
they?
wasn't for
Who is
black
they
people.
that flew it in, bro?
The government,
Absolutely.
Right.
the government
Right.
flew it in for rich white people.
You just said the
for
CIA
rich
didn't
white
know.
people. They did not fly it in. I didn't say
You did
that. I
say
said
the
the
CIA
CIA
did.
flew it in for rich white
Yeah.
people. I said this
That's
a
why I
million.
disagree
I
with
said
you.
they did not. I said they did. No, you're not listening. If y'all just stop talking, I've already explained it. They flew the shit in for the government flew the shit in for rich white elites that were partying at Studio 54 and places like that. It's already been documented. And they did it to fund the Iran-Contra war because it was an illegal war. The government didn't even know about it. It was done by some rogue government officials that did
the
this.
drugs was flown in
Like,
to
are
fund
you not?
wars, not for rich white elite people, bro. It was to fund wars.
No.
The money they got from selling the
Listen,
drugs and allowing it to come in here was to fund
they were
wars.
selling it. Are you listening to me?
what he said-
I said
wait,
they flew it in to fund. I already said that. I said it was to fund the Iran-Contra war. They sold it to the rich white people at Studio 54.
the cocaine, the
That's
coke.
how they got
Actually,
the money.
coke.
They didn't sell it to black people.
They didn't
That's
start
what I'm
making
talking
the money.
about.
They didn't start
And
making
then-
the amount of monies they made
and then-
until they made crack.
But you know why?
They did
But
not make
didn't
crack.
make
You're
crack.
not
They didn't make
listening.
crack. They didn't make
You're
crack.
not
Right.
listening.
They didn't make
Nobody
crack.
didn't
No,
make
they didn't
crack.
make crack.
You're not listening.
Nobody didn't
They
make
didn't
crack.
make crack.
They didn't make
What
crack.
happened?
No, crack started with Caribbean immigrants.
What happened
It was
was
Caribbean
what happened
immigrants.
was when
Like,
they
this has already been documented. Why do
Bro.
y'all not know
wait,
this?
Chad, give me a second. When they,
Like, God, y'all are frustrated. I'm sitting here on the damn road trying to drive to the damn next state over, and y'all is like, it's crazy. How do y'all not know this? But y'all are so adamant on this crack thing. Y'all need to actually read
Chad, let me
what
add
it
to you.
really
Let me add to what
was.
you said. Chad, let me add to what you're saying. What happened was they was cooking bricks. It so happened paste from the bricks would hit the bottom of the jar. Nobody never smoked it because they was only selling cocaine to white people. And then when they found out you could smoke the paste, that's when it started like going into like the black community.
But
that
this
was
is what I
selling the
mean.
actual
You're not
bricks.
listening. I've already covered that part. They had it in Florida white people.
Yeah.
The Caribbean, listen, just listen. Damn. The Caribbean immigrants who were already in the country, who were already familiar with this drug because it was prevalent in their home countries. It was only new to Americans. They live where the shit
I
is
agree.
grown from
Yep.
a plant. They already knew all about it. If they know how to extract it from a flower, did you think that they don't know how to convert it? That's once they got wind that it was in this country, they taught them how to convert it. They taught they set up shop and they taught people how to convert it. That's it. That's all it was. Like, but the government had no idea that it would turn into crack because it affected more white people than blacks. It was not a black problem. It was more white people were affected than blacks. The only difference in it was the crack houses were only in black neighborhoods because black men did not go into white neighborhoods to sell it. They made it white. They made the white people come to them. So that is why the black neighborhoods were destroyed. But more white people were affected by the drug than anything. That's what I'm saying. That is why they passed the crime bill and the war on drugs. More white people were affected. Y'all need to read. It's already there. It's already documented for this to be such a point of contention. Y'all should know this shit like the back of your hand.
That's not what the argument was though, bro. We're arguing that who created the crack. You're saying that the Caribbeans created crack and they brought it to us and taught us how to make crack.
The Caribbeans taught they already knew the recipe.
No, they did not.
That was it. Yes,
Crack
they
started
did.
here, bro.
It's already documented. I said it was Caribbean immigrants. I said immigrants.
No.
What does that mean? Don't that mean that they live here?
That's what you're not
I said that they live
understanding.
here.
You're
I said
saying
they
that a
live here.
Caribbean immigrant.
Immigrants in Miami. I already said this. You don't listen.
Bro, I heard what you said. Calm down, bro.
I
heard
listen
what you
like because it feels like I'm talking to a child. If you just
You're
listen.
not.
Why are y'all so contingent on arguing who
God.
made fucking crack?
No, because it matters.
Why are you
It matters
arguing with
because
somebody who
that's
clearly has said
Hey,
that
Chad,
I've
you
done
gotta
the
relax,
work?
bro. Chill out for a
Because
second.
it's insulting. I've
It
done the
matters.
work.
It's not insulting.
Hold on,
Nobody's
hold on,
insulting.
It is
Hold on,
because
hold
I've
on,
done
hold
the
on.
work, and y'all telling me that I don't know
It
what I'm
matters.
talking
It
about.
matters where it
hold
came
on,
from.
hold on.
And I
Why it
know
was
that you
created.
have not read.
Why, why are you so real bent on who made the crack?
Somebody turn my mic off. Because the reason why it was made is important. It was made to make money and destroy the community at the same time.
Made to destroy the
It's not a
black people.
byproduct of just crack just happened. Oh, some foreigners taught us crack. The CIA created the formula for crack.
They did not.
They are the ones
Okay.
that pushed it and
Let's
enabled
just
it.
go. Let's just go with the CIA made the crack. Why does them like? So you believe that there was just this big government psyop to purposely put the crack in the black community?
Well, they also used us to sell it, right? They
No,
made the
they
No,
money off
no,
of
no,
black
no,
people
no, no, no,
selling
no,
it.
no, 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 no. They didn't use black people to sell it. Black men willingly chose to go to the
I'm
connect.
not saying no,
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 no, no.
no, no,
I'm
no.
not.
But you
Remember, I
like
said
you
use.
saw like
Right, right.
every rapper, every fucking 50
Mm-hmm.
Cent TV show,
No, no, no.
Snowfall, they all
Right.
show
You
they
right.
go to the connect.
I think we
to
misunderstand it.
buy
I'm not
it.
trying to
It
pass the
wasn't
buck.
for
I'm not saying
free.
nobody
They
willingly
bought it.
didn't do it.
Okay, so
That's not what
so
I'm saying.
so so if you're not trying to pass the buck, then
Right.
who made it shouldn't fucking matter.
I get what you're saying. You right. You're
They
right.
went to them to buy it.
But
They
but
say they
remember, hold on.
that
What
wasn't
I'm
for
saying
free.
is
Y'all act
this,
like it
right?
just dropped off for free.
It all ties into what we're
They
talking
bought
about,
it.
though, is my
They
point. Hold
chose
on,
to. It
Chad.
was a
Chad,
choice.
hold on, man. It all ties into what we're talking about, though. When we say we were at the top and then they burned it down, when they flood a city, crack is a part of that argument. Not saying motherfuckers didn't sell it willingly. I grew up around plenty of drug dealers. You feel me? I get that. What I'm saying is, though, motherfuckers gave the nudge. Motherfuckers was already broke and it was like, hey, man, you can make some money selling crack. And they used us to do that. Then nobody's saying, hey, we didn't do
But
it.
that's the thing. Black people were not broke
In these neighborhoods, they were
in
in
these
the inner
neighborhoods,
cities.
but as a collective, black people were not
No,
broke.
not as a collective,
No,
but
no, no.
hey, big things came out those small
No,
disadvantaged people, right? In them cities, in the
no,
hood, right?
I was about to say
no.
that's when things
That
became
Like,
that's
like what are we?
it was a
the
choice. It
environment
was a choice
I'm
because
values
not
what
that.
you
saying it's
are
not a
doing.
choice, Chad, and I'm
It
not
was
fighting with you,
100%
bro.
because
I'm not
what you are
fighting with
doing
you.
is you are saying that you are implying that it was something that could not that we had no control over and
That's
they
not
just
what I
had to go
said. I
sell it
never said
because
those words.
there were
I
no
never said that.
advantages. They had to just go sell drugs.
Look,
No,
and
they did not.
Chad,
They
hold
did
on a
not.
sec. Let me talk to you for a sec. I'm
They
not
did not.
saying no, and it's the same argument you're making about us. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying what you're saying. I'm not saying
Victim.
that we didn't have a choice and we were forced to do this. Motherfuckers made a choice. For sure they made a
Okay,
goddamn
that's
choice.
it.
Frank Lucas made a fucking choice. For sure he did.
Exactly. So that's it. It's a
You right.
choice.
You right. But what I'm
It
saying
wouldn't
is
have happened
what
had they
look,
not made a choice.
when you're gonna go to defeat an enemy, you need to know where the enemy is coming from and what they're willing to do. That's the basis of what I'm talking about. What they're
What you're
willing to
doing,
do to burn black people down. Let us build up
nobody
and
is.
burn us down. So
Nobody has to do this. There's no
they
psyops
don't. They
against
don't.
black
Chad,
people.
you're right.
Like,
But how can you not do something if you're not aware of why the fuck it's happening?
listen, none.
What?
If
Because what you are,
motherfuckers don't know the
listen,
full story of why some
listen.
shit happens and why motherfuckers
Right.
want you to be a rapper or whatever the fuck
What
it is,
you need to
why
know the
they
full
want you to
story
spit
of
certain
crack.
messages, right? You choosing to do it, you selling
But sir,
out,
you don't
whatever.
know the full story of crack right now. You don't know the full story of crack. Like it wasn't no it wasn't none
I'm
of
not even arguing that with you no more.
because
Benny done
what you're
said we're not arguing about that
okay.
part no more.
Okay, all right.
I
So then
heard you.
moving forward. So what you're doing is by even removing anything other than it was a choice that people did so that they could purchase things for themselves and destroy the community. They made a choice to do that. What you're doing by saying anything other than that is the black men, black boys that were living in those same neighborhoods that made the choice not to sell. The black men and black boys who were going to those same schools that made a choice not to sell. That you are discounting.
So let me
them.
ask you this.
You are
You're
making
right.
them like they didn't matter.
Because your
They
big
made the choice
stance.
not
No,
to.
Chad,
There
hold
were
on.
plenty of black boys who did not do it.
You're right.
It was
You're
a
right.
choice.
Your big
And they were in
stance
the
is
same neighborhood.
accountability. Your big stance is accountability, and you're right. But how do you fucking make motherfuckers care about being accountable?
Nobody ain't trying to make nobody care. It's about what is
They
the
got
truth.
to, right? If
It's
motherfucking
no,
change
it's
is gonna
about
happen, motherfuckers
speaking
gotta
what is
hold
the
themselves
truth.
Steps to
accountable.
moving
It's
forward.
about what
Yeah,
is the
they got
truth.
to.
It's about what is
This
the
goes
truth.
back into my arguing
It's
about convenience
accountability.
and shit. You said they sold drugs so they could have things and do this and that, right?
They did.
That's
It
what
was
I'm
just it was
saying.
a
And I
choice.
said the
It was a choice.
biggest thing the white man fucked us over with was convenience and things, right? And
The
how are you
white
gonna
man
make
wouldn't do
motherfuckers
that.
accountable if they don't
The white
understand
man,
that there's a hold on,
every
Chad,
man is his
Chad,
own
come on,
man. Y'all
man.
act like black people are so stupid.
Oh man, it's not stupid. It's fucking social
Y'all act
engineering
like
at
I
its
said
finest.
I said you act like black people are so stupid. Like
No,
we are just ventriloquist dummy. We don't have
no.
no control
No,
over
he's
ourselves
just
or anything.
telling you the traps that
I'm
they're trying
telling
to
you
lay
what's
out for you.
happening and what the
Nobody's
fuck.
putting
He's
in
trying to
any
tell you what's
traps.
aware.
Oh my God, y'all make us sound so weak.
So
No,
There's no
okay, so
traps.
How is
hold
how
on,
is
everybody,
it?
everybody, be quiet, please,
Mm.
because we done got very far from what the fuck we supposed to be talking about.
Mhm.
But like what? So like, because it sounds like what like it just like when I hear you try to explain, it just sounds like excuses. Like when it boiled down to it, it just sounds like excuses. Like you talking about where they laid out the trap? I mean, was it a trap?
No, what I'm saying is, you all just said, right, it's a classism issue, right? Did y'all not just say that, right? Is it
Hold
not
on.
certain boundaries that were set in place, right?
We're
Do we
having
not have a
several
bunch of
different
documents
conversations.
stating that these
Well,
boundaries
that's
was
what I'm
set?
saying. Like,
So
there's
what I'm
most
saying
of
is, it's a game, and we all know it's a game, right? So if we all know it's a game, and it's a game we gotta play, get out of line of playing the game. We know it's consequences to the game. You get what I'm saying? Ain't nobody making it sound weak. It just is what it is.
And I'm not saying that he's not wrong. I'm not saying he's wrong at all. Accountability is very important. Motherfuckers made the choice to fuck up their community. For sure they did that shit. But what I'm saying is, do you see how we arguing about this shit? It's two sides of the same fucking coin. Motherfuckers is
It's
fighting, trying to prove the same point, but
it's
one
not
side
two
saying we're
sides of
not
the
weak and
coin.
hold yourself accountable, and the other one's just saying be aware that motherfuckers want us to fucking fuck ourselves over. That's it.
I'm saying it's not two sides to the same coin when literally all I'm saying is the information is there. We live in the age of information. No
Not
longer
everybody's gonna
is
research the information
what
like you did,
why well,
Chad.
then don't speak
That's their
on it.
choice.
Well
But
then
that's
don't
the
speak
their
on
choice,
it.
but
right?
that's what's
That's
gonna
their
If
choice.
you're
happen.
not going to take the time, you have $1,000 piece of equipment in your hand right now, and if you could use that equipment to look up LeBron James and Love and Hip Hop, you can use it to actually learn something.
Right.
It's there. The
Yeah,
information
we
is
do. We
there,
use it.
and
I
that is
use
a
it.
result. And that is a result of what our ancestors did in the '64 Civil Rights Bill. Now information is no longer kept for them, because that's what's going to happen with segregation. If you want to tie the shit back to the beginning of the conversation, now information can be kept private, but information no longer is private, and y'all still don't want to look it up.
Who doesn't want to look it up, bro?
Yeah.
We're just having two
Y'all, I
different
said
opinions
y'all,
about
I said
something, bro.
y'all, I said, but this is not you cannot bring an opinion into a facts-based
You are
conversation.
though, because you're
No,
saying when you
I'm
say
literally stating the facts.
bro,
This is a
no,
facts-based conversation. It is
when you
not
say
an
that,
opinion.
I'm trying to say that that you think that black people are so weak and ventriloquist dummies. That's an opinion. Nobody factually said that or proved that shit,
Is
bro.
that the
And
gist
I
of our
never said that
conversation?
shit either.
That is not the basis of our the basis of the conversation is the
But you
candy
said that
epidemic,
shit.
because that is not the basis. Oh my god, you are literally arguing a bullet point,
I'm
not the
not
thesis.
arguing anything. You're the one that
That is
getting
a
in your
bullet
feelings
point. That is
about some
not the
shit, bro.
thesis. This is the
Hey,
I'm
thesis of this conversation
what's up,
is
Benny?
a facts-based conversation. This is
Hey,
not an
before I
opinion-based
start, go
conversation.
Bucks. Just to lighten the mood up. I'm just lightening the mood up. How y'all doing in here, fellas?
You're
It's good, bro.
That's good.
Nothing much.
Cool.
I just wanted to start with the conversation from the beginning because I ain't gonna go into the crack shit and none of that. But again, Benny, segregation is when people say that it's a disrespect to our ancestors in the past that went through real shit, that went through trials and tribulations for us black people to have what we have today. And when we don't use the advantages that they sacrificed themselves for, it's a disrespect to them. So I'm just saying that for all of us, I'm sure we all can agree on that. When people talk about that segregation shit, we're like, hey, that's ridiculous. So can we all agree on that? That when our own people say let's do segregation when they don't understand it, that's a slap in the face for Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Fred Hampton, the Black Panther Party.
well, yeah. Well, that's it.
We all agreed
Okay,
that.
I
We
okay.
just,
all
I
agreed
just,
on that.
my premise is, it's it's just one. My thing is with all this, if we always gonna point to the big bad boogeyman of the government and the white man, it just gives people who want an excuse to not take the accountability. Like, I mean, it's one thing to be
You right.
like, and that state like what woke used to mean before
Yeah.
white
Yeah.
people took it. Like, stay woke
Right.
shit. Like, bro, cool.
Well,
It's one thing to talk about it, but at the end of the day, what really is going on is like the white man ain't got shit to do with what's going on right now. Like, there are
right.
like literally right now, you got black people arguing that segregation should come back.
Yeah,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They
You
don't
right.
have to do nothing.
yeah.
They can sit. They got this shit on autopilot at this point.
I,
You know what
I
I'm saying?
guess.
They don't have to
Yeah.
do anything.
And
They
Benny,
don't
real
have to
quick,
do anything.
I get exactly what y'all saying, because you're right. Motherfuckers will take these type of arguments and try to pass the buck, not take accountability, and motherfuckers, it's self-sustaining at this point for sure, right? But where I'm coming from with it is, you brought up the Black Panther Party. What did they do mostly back in the day?
Oh,
They
okay.
went around.
Oh,
Well, hold
Katie,
on,
I'm
hold on.
with you. I'm with
They
you on
went
that.
around teaching people what the fuck was really going on so that they could get strong and change. That's the only where I'm coming
But
from
that's
with
the
it.
thing. They didn't have supercomputers in their hands back then either.
No,
Facts.
no. They
Facts.
went. They were
And
active and
Chad
they
was
did.
right. Motherfuckers use their
No,
phone for loving hip hop and all that
yeah, and
bullshit.
Right.
Katie, you're right.
So we don't have like I literally sit on here and post videos doing like giving the information, spoon feeding the
You
information.
yes,
Niggas
for
want me
sure.
to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
For sure. For sure
So
you do.
what, bro?
Yeah, no, now I'll say this, KD, because I want to say this to you and Chad. Now I'll say this overall, if we want to be technical with the shit, yes, even back then, as a black people of culture, we let ourselves down because I see where Chad's coming from. So
For
if it
sure.
wasn't for black people, for the black people who left the South and went to those northern jobs and shit like that, and we didn't contribute back into our communities back then,
And
that
broke
is
it
the
down.
reason why those blacks later on down the line, the baby boomers and Generation Next, when the CIA did come in, and we with our own free will went out there and redistributed that poison in the community. So
For
it was
sure.
because of our people that we didn't look out for for one another. That's when that black man said, "Well, shit, I ain't really got no that many options or what I can see because they don't have the knowledge of that because they weren't taught. So they just went the easy route." I know what you're saying, Katie. We're not. But Katie, I do agree with you. It's not that the government is the big bad boogeyman, but at the same time, when it comes to class and stuff, you cannot tell me that even in rich society, that race doesn't have a way to do with it because it is because intentions are everything. White
Right.
people don't, especially back in the old days, they didn't do shit out of the kindness of their heart. We all know about the white man's burden. That wasn't in good intention. They did that because they had a superiority complex. Just like when they brought the smallpox to the natives, they knew what the hell they were doing. That was
Right.
biological warfare. So
But y'all,
intentions is a motherfucker, Chad. That's what
Can
KD
I
yeah,
is
just
but
trying to say.
okay,
can I
no,
just
no.
hold on, wait,
Yeah,
Chad,
but what I'm
1 second, real quick, just to respond to what he's saying, right?
y'all act like they
Me
like poor
saying
white
that, him
people.
saying that, or me saying that is not saying that, oh, to pass the buck and not take accountability
They don't
for
give a
our
fuck about
actions
poor
at
white people
all.
either. They don't care about poor whites either.
We are
That's what I'm
aware of
saying.
that, but
I was
Chad,
gonna say
So
You're not
it's a
wrong
but
about
Chad,
class
that.
thing. It's a
Chad, to
class
a
thing.
certain extent, they do because that is still their tribe. No matter
They
what you
use
I mean,
say
they're
no,
or
they
still
do,
don't
they
dying
give a
off.
use
damn
them.
about no
They
poor
use
white
them to
people.
fund. They use them because at the end of the day, it's not their children that are fighting in those wars. It's not their children that are dying in those wars. It's the children of those poor white people. They use those poor white people to get there to do
yeah,
their
but
dirty work.
Chad,
They don't
all
even
You're
care.
not
and
wrong.
Chad, you're right, but again,
You're not
Chad, I'll
wrong.
say this, Chad, drugs were not a problem until it hit all the steps of America. When it was contained in the black community, they
Only
didn't care. But when
it
it
wasn't a
got,
problem,
it was because I want to
sir.
tell you something, Chad. You know the
Sir,
difference
they
between coke and
created
crack and heroin. All that stuff is
where did
different.
heroin come from? Where did heroin come
Yeah,
from?
I know what you're talking about. Heron
Where
came
did it
from
come
all
from?
over. Heron came from East
No, it didn't.
Asia. Yes, it
No, it
did.
didn't.
East Asia,
Heroin was
poppy
created
fields.
by the government. Heroin was created by
Yes,
the
I am
It's
government
the
aware
to
reason
of
why
get
that.
we got
the
white
vets
crackheads in
But
to
America.
Chad,
get the
what you are
vets off
failing to
of.
realize, you said what you said. Cocaine is a expensive drug for the rich. Crack was broke down and distributed because it's a cheap made product. Crack is not expensive. We all have
Of course,
experienced
we know
that.
that crack was broken down because
Yes,
people
and
chose to go to them to buy it and
I
say,
am
"How can?"
aware, Chad.
That's it.
We're not saying that you're wrong. We're not saying that, but we're not saying that that the people in power aren't wrong either. Both sides of the party was wrong. That's what
Benny,
I'm
can
trying
I
to
do a
say.
green screen? Can I share a green screen? Because I don't want to. I'm
No,
not
I got it
speaking on
too.
things that I feel. Can I
No,
just do
no,
a
I'm
green
telling you
screen?
things
I
that I
pulled up
know
the
too, and
sources
I've
But
already.
he's
researched.
Pulled up the
agreeing with
source.
you though at the
Let
Yeah,
same
me pull up the
time.
source. Can I do a
He's
green
not
screen?
saying
I'm not
he's
saying I
not
don't
saying
agree
you're
with you,
wrong.
Chad.
It's just
And
two different
Chad,
philosophies.
I researched this too because I'm a history major. Trust me, I don't want to come on
So
here with wrong facts. But
He
again,
never said you were wrong,
Chad,
or
there are
you're
just
saying
certain
you're
things
wrong.
that you cannot scientifically or prove. You don't know the intent of a man's heart. Just like that's what Katie is trying to say. because a lot of those rich white elites did shit to people of color because they knew they could. That was their superiority complex. That's why a lot of black Muslims don't like Christianity, because they believe in their minds, why would you want to talk? That's why they use the words white Jesus. Now, if you don't read between the lines, you can get fooled by that. That's why I tell people I read my own history and I don't give a shit, because I know everybody has an agenda. Just like I was bringing back through what the white people did
And
when they came over to the states.
saying that doesn't mean you're trying to pass off responsibility for
Yeah,
what
and see,
black
and that's
people
the
have
thing,
done.
Chad. Again, we're not passing the buck, but at the same time, those people in power also can control the narrative a lot more
Okay,
than what
okay.
we're saying.
As a man, I don't give a fuck what no other man's
Yeah,
intentions are. I don't care
Chad,
what
you
his
can't, but Chad,
desires
you
or
can
dreams
say
are.
that right
I
now,
don't care
but you
about
couldn't have said
none
that
of
shit
that,
200
because at the
years
end of the day,
ago. Chad, you
yeah,
can
what do you
say that
mean?
in
We're not talking
hindsight.
about 200 years ago.
Yo,
We're talking
Chad, you
about
know what
40
the
years
problem
ago.
is? A lot of
We're
us
talking about
brothers
40 years
have
ago.
that Killmonger mindset, but you ain't gonna,
No, we're
you're
talking
not
about
gonna do
40
that
years
shit. And
ago. We're not going back 200 years.
you
We're talking about
have
40
to,
years. We're talking about
because you
crack.
got to understand the psychological
Ain't
mindset.
no
Everybody
Hold
can't
on,
be
psychological.
hey,
Nat
hold
Turner,
on,
Look,
one
man.
we're not about
second,
to.
guys.
All that
One
is
second.
making
Chad, can I
excuses.
ask
Y'all
you a
just
Chad,
want to
every
make
question?
black person
excuses.
wasn't you,
Chad,
Okay,
Chad.
so every black person don't have control
Chad,
over
can
their
I
lives.
ask
We
you a
get it.
question
Chad,
real
you
We
quick,
gotta
all
bro?
are nothing but
understand
just
the
puppets to white people.
Chad
I
with
get it.
your
I get it.
mindset
I
back
get it.
then.
I get it. Y'all do not have your own mind. I get it.
We
I
no,
get
I
it.
have
Chad,
You're
can
my
gonna
I
own
do
ask?
what
mind,
they
my man,
want.
but at the
You're
same
always
time,
gonna do what they want.
but
You're
Chad,
always
I
gonna do
have
what they
my own
want.
mind, but I'm not Superman either. I know
I
there's a
just want to
limit
ask
to
Okay,
what
Chad
we
we
one
get
can
it.
do.
We get
question.
it. We get it. We get it.
No,
Chad, can
Chad.
I
See,
ask
the
you a
thing is,
question?
I hear what you're saying, but
Y'all
Chad,
make black
you're
men sound so weak. That's
no,
all I'm saying.
Chad.
Y'all make
We
so
are
weak,
we no,
so
Chad. Black
pathetic.
All right, all
people,
right,
Y'all
all
we
make
right.
black
Hold
men
on, hold
sound
on, hold on, hold
pathetic.
on. Because we just all over the place.
no.
So what? Because I don't even remember the fucking point at this point. What are
No, my point is
right?
overall.
What is your point you're trying to get to,
The point
AJ?
that I'm trying to get to is there are both sides. Both there's two things can be right at the same time. Yes,
Okay,
and
okay, okay. And what
that's
are
all I
your
want to say. That's all I
and
want to
what are
say.
you okay? And what are the two things that you say can be right?
The two things that I'm saying is, as black people, when it comes to what he was saying with the crack shit, we let ourselves down as a community because we shouldn't even put our brothers or sisters in that position to even sling the shit anyway. We should have been there for each other. We should have told them people
Okay,
no matter
I got you gotta condense it like your
what that
main point,
well
main
what I
talk.
mean is by a black community, we should have stayed together back then. So even if that shit was offered, they wouldn't have to be forced to sell. Now I'm not saying you can make everybody do the right thing, because we got to also look at it like this. In our community, we have a bunch of ain't shit ninjas out there. But I am also saying on
Okay, you got. I need the main points, bro.
so the main
Main
point
points.
is on that side is that black people, we should have been there for each other during the crack epidemic, and we let ourselves down. But
Okay, okay, okay,
yeah.
okay. You can't be there if there wasn't like they literally did the war on drugs to
I
ensure
can
we were
condense it
not
for you,
there.
Benny. I can condense it for you.
Okay.
My question I wanted to ask Chad is, how much change does he think we can accomplish with just that mindset that he has? And my second question is, how many of the majority of black people or people in general out there are sheep, right? We know this, right? So you need to be able to lead the sheep. You need to be able to teach the sheep to move the right way. And that's where my point is. Black men are strong. Nobody's trying to make black men out to be weak. Fuck no. But what I'm saying is you have to reach everybody for real change.
No, you don't.
A small group gonna change everything against a huge machine that the white people have created.
It's always
that's how
been.
most movements start with a small minority and the rest of the
Right.
sheep.
But what's the goal?
But what I'm saying is most major movements throughout history started with an individual or a small group of individuals, and
Right.
then caught
The
wind,
goal
and
is to
all the
reach a
followers
larger
came in
audience,
on the
though.
cloud.
Yeah, well, that's
Right.
all I was trying to land, Benny. I was just
And
trying to
that's
say
what I'm
I
saying,
just
though,
said
Benny. That's what I'm saying, though, right?
yeah,
But the goal is to reach the mass majority of communities, to have a machine of our own movement.
yes, and that's all I'm saying. And all I was saying on the other end, Benny, was that we do have to take into account that the powers, like the governments of that time, all of them did not have the good intentions for what they were doing.
They don't care. They don't care about the intentions, and I get that shit. They don't care. They're saying fuck their intentions. If you would have locked it down, big homie, and not been a bitch about yours, we wouldn't even be in this
And see,
position.
and Katie,
I feel you.
and that's where
I
I
feel
think
you.
that people are not being realistic. Everybody doesn't have a
That's where I'm
Killmonger.
coming from with
Everybody
it.
doesn't have a Killmonger mentality.
Everybody don't got that in them.
And
Okay,
Katie, that's where
we get it.
they
We
don't.
know.
If you knew the psychological things behind slavery,
You're not throwing no
everybody doesn't have
shade
that
doing
mindset.
that. So and that's my point, right? You're so mad at me and mad at us because of what we're
I'm
saying
not mad at y'all at
about what
all.
the you are because you
I'm not
throwing those
mad at
little
all.
shots in there.
I'm not
And
throwing.
I've been
I'm
agreeing with
literally
you the whole
agreeing with what you
time.
said. It's not shade. I know that. If that were the case, don't you think if I didn't agree with most of y'all are sheep, if I didn't agree that most of y'all don't have that Killmonger mentality, if I didn't, don't you think
Right.
that why if I didn't agree with that, don't you think that why would I be coming at y'all as hard as I am? I'm coming at y'all as hard as I am because I know that y'all are
And
sheep.
I
I
know you
know that y'all don't
care.
have that Killmonger mentality. I
Right.
I
know
feel
who I'm
like
talking
this.
to.
If it don't apply, let it fly.
It's not I get it and I know
I
you
know
care,
that
but
most
we're
are
literally having like
influenced.
a this is the problem, right? Because of these two mindsets, it creates a fight that's never ending. Instead of just you know what I mean? There's no common ground, and that's where I'm
It
coming
don't.
from.
Yeah,
Okay.
Between some
Because
Don't need
there's
to be.
no, in my opinion, there's no common ground on this shit, and always trying to find common
yeah.
ground is why we keep talking in circles.
well,
Exactly, because
we have common
There's
all
ground
no
people
because
want
history.
all
there's no
people want you
common
to do is just
ground when we
pacify
talking
them.
about like
No.
racism, white supremacy.
No,
They want you to
I hear you,
pacify
Benny,
them.
but I'm gonna go with Katie. Like I'm gonna go back to the Black Panther. There is common ground because you have to because if one
You
party
can't create a
decides to
movement
take the
if people don't
extreme,
listen.
we get lost. Like Katie about the Black Panther. Some of
What is
them
the
later,
problem, y'all?
some of them
Why
later on down the line said,
why do
"Let's
y'all
just go."
always look to the past when talking about moving forward? Why don't we just move
Because they
forward?
were successful in the past.
Right, you have to
Because
know what
y'all are
We
happened in the
stuck
have because
in
of
the
past
what
in
they did
order.
in
past.
the past.
If
Y'all
you
are
don't know what
stuck
happened in
in
the
the
past,
past.
Chad,
Y'all are
you
stuck
continue to
there.
repeat
Instead of learning from it,
No.
y'all have ruminated there. Y'all instead of learning and taking tips, the strategies, there's no
Chad,
strategies, there's
let
no
me
track,
ask you
there's
a
nothing
But
question,
like that.
Chad.
Move forward.
even if you want to nitpick the Black Panthers, they were not successful because they
Not
allowed their
nitpicking.
organization to be
no, and
they
I agree.
allowed
That's
their
true.
organization to be
That's
infiltrated.
true.
No, and I agree.
They
That's what I
did.
was about to say. There was too many splits and division because of the mindset. Some people had the mindset of, well,
The
let's just go
militant.
out there and be like violent and
Actually, it wasn't even that.
Same with the
Most
nation.
most of
Same with the
the
nation.
most of the downfall of the Black Panther
Each
Party
other
was
for the room.
because people wanted to go because they just found the weak holes and they extorted them.
well, yeah,
Right.
I
Right.
understand that.
And then when I said successful, I didn't say the Black Panthers. I'm saying civil rights in general. Right? We have things because they fought for them and they succeeded, right?
Yep,
Motherfuckers died, bled, got their ass beat, all that,
yep.
right? But at the end of the day, we were allowed to vote. You know what I'm saying? We fought for things and got them. That's when I
And
say
what will
successful, that's what I mean.
and if most of y'all, most of the collective was alive
Right.
back then, y'all would have been the same motherfuckers saying, "Shh, be quiet. We got it good enough."
No,
Why
no,
you
not at
want to
No,
draw
all.
the
not
line
at
Fuck
all.
from?
See,
no.
that's
Why
where you
y'all
see
Not at
Chad.
all.
Chad, hold
believe?
on,
Believe
Not at
see,
all.
at that
because
point,
I'm
Chad,
talking
no, that's where you're
accountability. I'm talking
wrong,
about
Chad.
y'all are straight talking on this whole
Chad, no, you're
that
wrong because
we don't have the ability to make up our own
Chad,
mind.
that
Nobody
Chad,
said that.
That
That's
no one
exactly what you're
said
implying.
that. Chad, first of all, you don't know how any of us in here will move. You don't know us like that, so
I
you got to
look
Chad,
stop
at how
that.
y'all moving now.
hold
Y'all
on,
making
No,
Chad.
we're
excuses.
trying to
Can I
talk.
ask you a
Y'all are
And
question?
making
but
Hold on,
again,
excuses.
just
AJ. Hold
because
on,
you're
AJ. Hold
rah
on. Hold
rah,
on. Chad, let me ask you a question. Is social
Excuse.
engineering a thing?
There's no excuse for how you live
I
your
asked you
life.
a question, bro.
Nobody. Is social engineering a thing? I have a
Yes.
degree in sociology, somewhat, yeah. On a
What do you
macro
mean
scale,
somewhat?
somewhat it is. On a macro scale, yeah, because
No.
everything is.
No.
Do you know what macro
Social
means, sir?
engineering is
Social
humanity.
engineering. Social engineering is defined as on a macro scale because it implies because social engineering affects a large number of people. Macro means a large number. That's what I mean.
Okay.
That
Right.
I'm
So
damn.
if you have a group, social engineering on one end, and then you only have a militant response, you remember you had Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. You feel me?
Nobody is saying to have a
Yeah, but
militant
you saying
response.
no,
because we're
that's
saying a
according
point,
to
right?
your
That we
logic,
would have
Chad.
been shushed back then.
My
Like that
And
logic
sounds
Chad,
is
crazy.
if
not
that's if
militant.
I judge the
My
way what
logic
you're
is
saying, you're gonna act like that. You just want
I
to.
should not have to argue against I should not have to argue against anyone about information that is already there. If y'all had read it, y'all would agree 100% because it's already there. I shouldn't have to go back and forth with
So
anyone
when
who
you
actually
have
read it.
okay, no, you're
That's what
right.
I
No,
mean.
no,
I
hold on.
actually did
You're
the
right.
work. That's why
Chad,
I
hold
said
on.
it is actually
So when they
disrespectful.
had a civil rights movement, why did they have a civil rights movement? Because They were trying to spread the information. The information could be there all day.
The information
could
in
be
your
there all
hand
day.
right now. All right. This again, we cannot continue to look to the information in your hand right now. That doesn't apply to what is happening now.
You can't just
that
say,
information is in your hand right now. You
Right.
are taking a
Right.
stance against someone who has done the work. I've done the readings.
Right.
It's
We all have, bro.
We all
if
have
I knew
too.
how to,
And see, Chad,
no,
you know,
y'all, Benny, how do I do a green screen on here? Which button do I need to press? I have my screenshots. I already have it.
Yeah, I'm a history major.
You're missing the point, though, bro.
What are
You can have
I'm
the
not arguing with
information.
you. It's already documented.
Chad, hold on, bro. You can have the information. You can do all the research in the world. But if you can't
haven't done
pass
any
that
of
on
it
to nobody else, what's the fucking
I'm trying
point?
to, because the point is nobody can even give it to you unless you start arguing against it.
Not
Because
necessarily.
it goes
Maybe
against how
your
you feel.
teaching method
Y'all
isn't the
argue
right
against
way.
everything that
Sometimes
goes against
people
how
know
you
something and
feel
can't teach
when
it.
y'all stand up and argue against points that you have not even researched for yourself.
How do you know
Just
we
because you
haven't
don't,
researched?
you have not done it. Because if you did, you would. I'm saying the same shit verbatim that is written in the text.
No,
That's how I
but
know
you're not
you're
giving
not.
the full context because you have the.
There,
I think you have a good mindset, but at the same time,
y'all,
and Katie, I can't speak for you. All I'm saying is
it's
everybody's not going to have the same
okay.
mentality that you
So
have.
if this conversation was about LeBron James or a
Fuck
basketball player,
LeBron
right?
James. I don't even watch sports.
Okay, so if it was about a basketball player and you knew everything about that basketball player and somebody was literally telling you something that you knew for a fact was wrong. Like if somebody was arguing against you when you knew exactly what you were talking about and you have the document, like you did the research on this thing, this specific subject. This is my specific, I
We're
specifically went
not.
to school for this.
But AJ,
But,
So
I
it's
mean,
like,
Chad,
it's
we're
like,
not arguing about
opinions can also
the
be,
facts.
but
We're
even,
arguing about your
it's not an
set on the
opinion. This is
accountability
a
part.
no,
fact-based
facts can be
conversation.
subjective though, because then you
See,
gotta
there it
break
is.
down the
There it is. Okay.
context.
No, I
Doesn't
don't
that
know
sound like
how
the last
facts
dude?
can be.
Facts can be subjective. They're
Facts
not
can't be
subjective. So,
subjective. A fact is a fact. It
No, the
can't be
reason why I
subjective.
right.
say that is because somebody can argue it. Like we talking about sports, somebody can
You
say
cannot
something else
bring
completely
opinion into a
different.
facts-based conversation.
You can't have a subjective opinion on a fact.
Oh, okay,
You know what I'm saying?
opinion can
Like
be
a
subjective.
fact is a fact. We're not arguing facts and information. Nobody said you're wrong about any of these things. We're arguing about philosophy and what we
This
feel,
this is
how it
not a
should be
philosophical
used.
subject.
Yeah.
This is not philosophy.
That's what I
It
was
is.
saying
Information
earlier.
is there.
That's
It
what I
is.
was saying earlier. There's no like this conversation isn't
Okay.
common ground or
You're right.
objectivity or subjective. Like it's pretty black and white.
Yeah, we going by the facts.
Okay.
It's facts. It's document. Let me. How do you do a green screen? I don't know how to do it, Benny. Or I can send you some stuff. What I go? What's your? How do I inbox you these screenshots?
I
Because
could,
we're gonna learn something today.
you gotta go. I mean, I don't know what it looked like when you would. Shit, I don't know.
I don't know how to do it either.
Yeah.
I can put you as the first person.
Right. So is it an emblem? I need to look for an icon somewhere. Top left, top right. Let me know where.
Like if I do it, it's at the bottom right.
All right. So all I see is Rose gift and then the share button. Okay. So
Man,
share.
the way that we're not.
Okay.
I'm
Watch
not
on
arguing.
computer.
I'm not
Background
arguing
player.
facts
Clear
Yeah,
display.
and I
over with
misspoke
you.
when I
I'm
said
arguing
facts are
pretty much.
subjective. What I mean
I
is
feel
people
like
can
I'm
argue
arguing
a fact.
delivery. You feel
Right.
me?
Well, I'm not arguing now. Is this a clear
got
display?
you.
Watch on computer. Promote. Which one is it? We're about to do this right now.
Hey, can
Settings.
can I
Add
jump in
widget.
real
Which one
quick?
is it?
Can I jump in real quick?
Do you got enhance?
In the bottom right, it says share, and I opened up share, and now it says,
I'm not against nobody
add
either.
story
For
report,
sure.
background player, clear display, watch on computer.
Shit. I might have to make you like a.
Or can I just inbox them to you? How do I do that?
Oh well,
What's your email address?
I got a ban on my DMs right now because I.
What's your email address?
Shit. Benny. Shit. I don't know. You might have some Atlanta scammers in here.
Facts. Don't give out your email address. That's wild.
YouTube.
Hey,
Well,
hold on.
I'll send them on your.
Chad, what do you think? What this one I want to ask you. Right?
Oh, somebody said you can make it your profile pic. I don't know about that one.
It's gonna be a small circle.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send them to your YouTube.
I'm about to say you can send it to my other TikTok. My backup. Well, nah.
Let me send pictures.
Oh yeah.
Send me your email address from your backup,
Okay. All right. Yeah, we can do that.
and then I'll just email them to you. And I'm gonna go. I'm gonna mute.
All right, can I jump in real quick?
Have at it, man.
So what's
I
going
gotta
on,
bro.
brothers? So this is the reason why we can never come together as a community.
Nah, this ain't the reason.
This is one of the main reasons why, because you're gonna always have people who's gonna want to argue thoughts and points on what direction where we got to go. So here's my thing: America is never going to allow black people to do anything, accomplish anything, or establish anything ever. So, like you said earlier, what we're gonna have to do is establish our own in our own little sects, in our own little cities, and wherever we from. Like here, I'm in Atlanta. Well, I live north of Atlanta. Me and my homies, we literally just bought 20 acres of land, building property on it for us to get up out the way. We got our own little black gun group. We, you know what I mean? We all moving around our different families and businesses and all that stuff. We ain't waiting for no community. This is exactly how if you think about every major city, they got a Chinatown, they got a Hindu town, they got the Hispanic town. All these other peoples are just doing it, and it starts with one or two people, and then it expands. They start bringing family members. We trying too hard to change a whole community of people. Look, you got to get in the community of people that you trust. Buy some property, do what you gotta do, and get up out the way. And that's how it starts. That's how it's gonna start.
Because you can't, and that go. I mean, that tie into what I always say as far as the motherfuckers who get in my comments and argue that marriage is just a piece of paper. You don't have community if you don't have family. So we don't even have family. So how the fuck we supposed to build community with a bunch of
So
individuals?
Benny, that's what I'm saying though, and that's what we're arguing. That's what. How do you reach a community if you're only gonna be motherfucker? You not holding yourself accountable, and motherfuckers just need to do it, and that's it. You got the phone in your hand.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what it boils down to. We know what needs to be done. Niggas just don't want to do it.
Leaders
I
know
was gonna
that,
say
right?
they don't want to do it, and they
No.
don't want to
See, that's
listen.
what that's what I mean by excuses.
No.
We know what we
do.
even in my comments, people are like, well,
Right.
what's the solution? What we supposed to do? We know the solutions. We know the basics
You know,
of
Benny.
what we're supposed to do.
You know the
And
solution. Chad know the solution.
Bro, we
Hey,
know
Dominant know the solution.
Hold on, stop. See, that's what he was saying. Y'all don't fucking listen. Y'all so quick to argue. Y'all don't listen. We know the fact. Fuck the big bag boogeyman, the excuses, the government. We know
I'm married.
that we know what works, and we fight so hard against what fucking works. We know the basic to a family unit is marriage and a fucking father in the household. We don't want to do it.
Facts.
We know the way to upward mobility, the easiest way to upward mobility is education or the fucking military. We don't want to do that.
But
Everybody
there's people that don't
everybody
know.
wants to go to this boomer bust mentality. Oh, we need Black Wall Street. We need the black dollar. No, the fuck. How about we stop having baby mamas and baby daddies? The
Facts.
baby. Well,
For
we
sure.
need financial
Broken
literacy.
homes.
No, hold on. See, stop talking. We need financial literacy. No, you don't. You need to make income, and you need to save your fucking money. You don't need to know nothing about the stock market, ETFs, IRAs, Roths. You don't need to know none of that if you don't know how to save. Money burns a hole in your pocket.
Facts. Facts.
Like, it's basic shit that we know. People know this shit. We know sex before marriage. We know marry before you care. We know these things, and black people fight so hard against it, but will come up with these abstract fucking YouTube Dr. Umar fucking conspiracies as to why we can't get shit when we don't want to do the basics.
Facts.
That's the
You're worried
fucking
about the
problem. And
wrong
I'm
shit.
one of
That's
the
the
people
thing.
and I argue the basics all day, every day, and people will tell me to shut the fuck up.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. We want to try to establish a community, but we don't even know how to establish a family. No, we don't even know how to budget. The first thing, the financial literacy is budgeted.
Everybody, you got people that don't even, everybody in their household got a different fucking set of grandparents. But we talking about, well, we need to come together as a community. Bitch, your household ain't even a community. Like, what the fuck? But I'm supposed to gather all y'all fucking multiple tribes and teach you how to be a fucking community, and you don't even have one in your own household. Like, that's the shit I be talking about. So all this, like, we don't even, like, and it's not like we don't know these things, and we haven't done these things.
Right.
Right.
So
Right.
like all this other shit, I don't be trying to hear that shit
I
because
feel
it
you.
just comes off as excuses when we don't even want to do the basic shit that we all know works. We fight so hard against doing shit that we know fucking works, and we want to do everything the fucking
This
hard
making me
way.
mad at my ex is crazy.
We gotta go against the grain with everything. And then the motherfuckers who do I pride myself on my page of trying to portray the regular degular motherfucker.
Right.
And people will ignore me and go to the person who over here perpetrating and selling courses
Facts.
instead of the person who's
I feel
I
it.
go to work, my wife works. We save our fucking money. We live below our means. We did it the right way. And I'm trying to tell other motherfuckers this is how you do it. Nah, bro. Nah, because it ain't fast enough for
Motherfuckers
them.
just don't want to listen. That's it.
That's
It ain't
but
fast enough for them. They don't want to do
you
that. That's why them niggas ran out there and got that crack cocaine from them because they
right.
wanted fast fucking money.
You
Agreed.
right.
But,
Right.
You want to know
agreed.
why? You want to know why a lot of black.
That's
You
why
know.
I said from the beginning, Benny, we as a culture, we let ourselves
Hold
down.
on.
I
Hold
said
on.
that from the beginning. We let
But
ourselves down.
real quick, what I want to ask you, Benny, because this is what I'm saying, right? You're not wrong about shit you just said, none of it, right? But how the fuck does just me being accountable for myself, being financially responsible, all that shit, just me? How do we fucking change these motherfuckers from fucking with
You
us?
don't.
You
We
don't. You
can't. I was
can't.
gonna say we
But I
can't.
say you don't, bro.
You
You
can't.
control what you can control in your bubble, and
Mm-hmm.
you fix you.
Yeah.
You fix your household. You fix
Facts.
your children, and
Mm-hmm.
hopefully 100 other motherfuckers do the same thing as you, and eventually that same mentality trickles down and changes the next generation of motherfuckers moving forward.
Right.
And here's
Sometimes you
the
just
thing.
gotta let other people
And here's the
just
thing.
don't want
We
to do
got to
But
shit.
you
Check the
understand.
said,
text.
like, for instance, you
We got.
practice a lot of what I'm saying, right? You said you make these videos, you show people these things, and then they go to these sorry perpetrating motherfuckers. I followed
Benny,
you
check the
because of those
text.
type of videos, right? You're teaching. You're doing what I'm suggesting. You're not.
Right.
You're hold.
But
K
the
dot.
people who want to argue and fight, I don't give a fuck
You got
about.
way more people that listen to what your message is, though, brother. That's what
Check
I'm
the text,
saying.
Benny.
Well,
Check the text
listen, K
messages.
dot.
You got way more people that listen to Benny's message about budgeting, buying half a cow, having to be for the whole year, all the different things you talk about. You got way more people that listen to that shit than not.
But
Way
listen.
more.
Let me tell
The,
you something.
the the ones that don't listen are just louder.
But let me say something, bro. We have to stop focusing on what other people is doing and how and how they moving. You have to fix what's in your proximity first. I
Facts.
can't tell a community of people how to do something if I ain't actively moving in that area already.
Right.
I work in finance. I do a whole bunch of other stuff. I'm always trying. Well, I can't teach. I can't speak finances on my social media page because I'm under NDA. But I drop little gems here and there. What we gotta do? You get your house in order. Stop creating broken homes. Buy property. That's the age-old thing. It's a trickle-down effect. Show your partners how to buy property. Use these people money. Fix your
Bruh,
credit. Understand
Reese,
how credit
we
works.
can't even, I've had lives where I'm talking about buying your home and doing things to get a home, and motherfuckers be in the comments and telling me everybody don't need to own a home. Home ownership ain't for everybody. And always got a negative. Well, what if this? I'd rather rent because I could
Right.
just call my maintenance man. And I'm like, well,
I
you
feel
can
you.
get American Home Shield, which is what I have, and you can do the same thing. But
Facts.
now
But
I'm
Benny,
just saying because I don't want to cut no grass. We don't have to cut grass. You can get a townhouse, and they have HOAs, and they do it. You don't have to worry about
you
that.
right.
Well, I'm just saying, bruh. I don't worry about those people. I don't give a fuck about those people.
You reach way more people with your message than them motherfuckers commenting.
But what I'm
For
saying
sure.
is, there's more people who tell me to shut up than people that listen.
I got
That's
you.
just a fact. And those
Hold
people
on.
that want to argue and want to go back and forth and want to fight against the grain and want to say always got I don't care about them.
Right. So
I
that
don't.
should leave them behind because they gonna keep themselves behind
Fuck
anyway.
them. And
You
and
can't
and
save
and
Benny,
everybody.
Benny,
what's
I don't think Benny in this moment, I don't think you give yourself enough credit. You have 152,000 followers that agree with what you're saying. Ain't
Benny?
telling you shut up.
Benny? What's that
Your
text
your
message? What's the
platform is
first text I
powerful.
sent?
It's the whole reason
So
why I saw it.
which one you
Very first text I sent.
want me to show first?
First one.
All right, let me see if I can
Like you said, they want to argue like against you when you I even
I
attached all
don't.
sources.
He's talking about me. What? When did I tell him shut up or
I'm not
disagree with
talking
what he
about
said?
No,
you. I'm not
I'm
talking
talking
about
to
you.
the
Benny
comments,
literally
bro.
just said,
Damn, hold on.
Yeah, I think we all, for the most part,
Like we're
agree.
all agreeing in a different way, and I'm
Right.
not. And all I'm saying
That's
is
all I'm not
we
saying.
have to. We have to be able to give our message that to where it'll be received by other people. Fuck the people that's gonna tell you shut up in the comments. Fuck them. They
Right.
low lives anyway.
Right.
For sure, you
And
reaching more people with the good message that you're saying. It's the
and a
whole
lot of
reason why
them
I'm even up
regurgitate
here.
shit. Yep. And a
I
lot
see
of
your
those
videos
people,
all the time.
and we all know a lot of the fools regurgitate shit they don't even
I'm not
understand.
disagreeing with anything. You
Same.
upset about
Same.
something in them comments. I don't know what it is.
No,
Yeah.
no, no. I'm talking about just in general. Like people be in my comments, people
Oh
be
no, yeah,
Yeah,
Benny
no,
in my
for
had
sure.
videos.
Benny, who was that dude earlier who was talking about his grandparents and shit?
I don't know.
And
That's why he had to go.
he was calling
Damn.
you brother, but then when you was about to
The
give it
moment you
back,
do
he cussed you
you got
out.
ignorant real quick.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna say, dude
all
was
because
random
you
as
was
fuck.
about to school him. But my thing with that, Benny, why did he act like that we all don't have great grandparents that been through the same shit? Like that was my thing. I'm like, we all come on.
He
I'm
tried to
trying
use
to
him
pull
as a
it up.
damn
This shit
source.
taking a goddamn day.
My whole thing wasn't arguing against no facts. It's the fact that we could teach these things, and you literally do that. When you make your videos, you teaching motherfuckers things.
Oh
You
no.
said you can't teach people this shit, and you do. You teach people how to move the right way all the time.
No, I'm saying I only care about the people that
That
Well,
care about
listen.
the message.
Right, yeah. There are
Yeah,
some
well,
facts.
people,
Oh,
listen.
here
okay,
you go.
that you can try to teach and they just don't want to learn. That's where
Right.
the shit
Fuck
gets
fuck them.
frustrating.
And that's the sheep.
It's kind of big,
That's the
but
point.
Oh my goodness. He's still talking about cocaine, bro. We
Yeah, I'm and you know, K Dot, you know the funny
I
thing
told
is
you that I
I
had
got
to
that
go
on my
get them.
screen. The
I had to go
Britannica,
get those
I'm looking
screenshots.
at that as we
Benny, read
speak.
it. What it say? Read it, Benny. Or you can
I'm
change the
reading it.
layout.
I can read it for you. I'm on that. I'm. Which part would you like me to read? I
No,
can
no,
read it
no.
for you. The
No.
crack cocaine is highly. Which one do you
That's
want
not
to
what it
read?
say.
Yeah,
Benny, go
it
ahead.
is because you're at the Britannica. You're at the Britannica. I'm on that website right now as we speak. I can read that for you. Yes.
All right, read it all out. Read it out loud, class.
crack cocaine first appeared in Miami, where Caribbean immigrants taught adolescents the technique of converting powdered cocaine into crack. The teenagers eventually introduced the business of producing and distributing crack cocaine into other major cities of the United States, including New York City, Detroit, and Los Angeles.
That exactly. Next one.
I'm gonna have to screenshot that one too. 1 second. All right, there we go. Uh, you see the word powdered snow was a major cash crop for
Yes.
South American countries,
Powder snow.
especially Colombia. Until the 1960s, very few people knew about snow powder.
Right. It
And
was
the,
new to
Mhm.
us. We didn't care about it. We didn't know about it.
Right. Mhm.
and the desire for it increased. Colombian trafficking organizations such as
Medellin cartel.
Medellin Cartel instituted a distribution system that imported powdered snow from South America into the U.S. market using sea and air routes via the Caribbean and the South Florida coast.
Right.
These people already knew about it. The United States, like I said, we did not know about it. They knew how to get it from a plant growing in a ground. The Caribbean immigrants were very familiar with it. They are the ones who showed in Miami, the people who immigrated into the United States, who already knew about this stuff that we did not know about. They are
Mhm.
the ones who showed teenagers how to do it. That's
Yeah.
exactly what I said.
Right. No,
We
nobody
never
was.
I never disagreed with you
I
on
wasn't
that, Chad.
disagreeing
Y'all
with
did.
you on.
I
Now
didn't
you okay.
disagree. I
Okay.
No,
never
y'all did because y'all was
I
like, well, the
disagree. I did
government, it was the
disagree
government.
with
Hey,
its
y'all,
origin.
come
I
on now.
did
Like, we're not gonna
disagree
play
with
that
the
No,
game.
I
origin.
disagree with
Y'all
the
did say
intention,
y'all
but
was
I knew
CIA.
everything
Hold
you.
on.
I'm looking at the website.
No,
You're saying,
not you, AJ. You
I
wasn't up there.
disagreed. I
oh,
definitely
okay.
disagreed with the origin of it. But I think what I was trying to say the whole time was I'm not trying to pass the buck. That's where the argument started. I'm not
But there
trying to
would
say
not be an
because it was
argument
because
had you
either
not
way, hold
argued
on,
against the
Chad.
point that you had not researched.
Chad,
That's what I'm
Chad,
saying.
Chad. The point was this. Even you saying you could have your same argument against what you just said, right? Well, you could blame them immigrants, right? and not blame black people. That's not what the
No,
fuck
that's
I was
not what
saying
I'm
in the first
blaming.
place.
What my point
My
is,
point,
you were
my
arguing
point
against
was,
a point that you did not even research.
I
That's what
did.
I'm saying. You
But the
did not.
point,
'Cause
this stuff was allowed. No, my same point is still correct. This shit was allowed to happen. Them some CIA motherfuckers flew that shit to us
you're
too.
trying
They did it.
very hard. You're trying
I'm,
very hard.
you don't. You shouldn't have to try so hard, bro. It's a
You
conversation.
are trying. I
Relax.
said you're trying very hard. I said
I'm
you're
trying
trying
very
very
hard.
hard.
What?
You're trying very hard to just not accept that you were wrong.
I said I'm wrong.
Completely wrong.
I'm wrong.
And that's it. That's it. There's no other
I'm
thing that needs to
wrong.
be said. Okay.
I'm
Done.
wrong.
Hey, here's the fact
So
of the matter,
what? So
brother.
what's next?
Here's the fact of the matter. We were screwed over.
That's my point.
Look.
That's all I was
Screwed
saying.
got the
over.
wrong end of the
No,
stick.
no, 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 no.
We were
Hold on,
not
hold on.
screwed. Here
That's
we
not my
go.
point. Listen. My
We
point
weren't
is this: if I said that the CIA created crack, you're saying that the immigrants created crack. Okay, I don't give a fuck about arguing that point. I'm wrong, right? My point was it was allowed to fucking happen. These motherfuckers knew it was happening, and me saying that does
No.
not mean that I pass accountability for the motherfuckers selling it.
But it does because
But
you
it does.
say they allowed it to happen as if
If they nip it in the bud, Benny, does it continue to happen?
It was a choice.
it doesn't.
If them motherfuckers get locked up, if those planes get seized, does it happen?
So
It was
can
a
I
choice.
speak to this real quick? Because I lost
Had
both
they
my
not
parents.
flown it in,
I lost
had
both
they
my
not flown it
parents.
in,
Hold
had
on.
they not flown it in, they just would have continued to sell heroin, like they were doing. That Frank Lucas
That was
black
allowed
ass
as well.
flew in here. He did, but that's a black man. Well, that's
It
the whole
doesn't-
point.
you're right.
It's a
You're
choice.
right.
It's
It was allowed to happen.
because what y'all are doing is y'all
this goes back to
literally.
AJ's point though, right? Both things are fucking true. It was allowed to
Nothing.
happen, and these sorry motherfuckers chose to do it.
And Chad, you do
N-
realize heroin was around way before Frank Lucas. You making it seem like
I
that
know
he
that
introduced.
I literally have
That's
told
my-
I literally
that's
told
my
y'all.
new-
I literally
that's
told
my
y'all
new-
that.
No,
what
you
I
didn't
told
tell me.
y'all
I already
that the
knew about
government.
that. Heroin
I
been
told
around
y'all
since
that.
the
So of course
30s.
I know that. Of course I know
Okay,
that. I don't know who told y'all.
but no, I already knew that because first of all, Frank wasn't even the biggest distributor in New York.
It's
And
not
so,
even the point though. Like
yeah,
that shit
Chad,
doesn't
we
even
get
matter.
what you're saying.
It's a choice, period. Nobody
is a choice.
allowed it. Nobody dropped it off. All these roundabout way of speaking that y'all are doing. That's what I'm talking about. There is nothing else besides straight accountability. It was a choice because, like I said before, there are plenty of black men, black boys growing up in those same neighborhoods with those same dealers who made the choice not to do it. They chose to stay their ass in school, go to fucking work at minimum wage, and work their way up, and they did that shit.
And we never disagreed with you.
The other
We
ones
never-
made a choice not
we
to
never
because they felt like
disagreed,
they
Chad.
felt like they were
Chad,
too
we
good.
never
to
disagreed
do
on
work.
that.
Wait, Chad.
It's simple.
Hold on one second. I just want to say something to
No
you.
way around that.
Wait, Chad. You have this knowledge, do you not?
Duh. Yes.
Right. So all I'm saying is what's wrong with motherfuckers having the knowledge that this happened this way? And motherfuckers chose to be fuckboys.
What do you mean?
That's my whole fucking argument.
I said, what
is
do
that
you mean? I said, what
motherfuckers
do you
need
say?
to know how shit went down and how motherfuckers chose to be sorry.
We're
That's all I'm
trying to
saying.
tell motherfuckers how they should know. It's right here,
right,
but
here's the
y'all
thing.
were arguing
No,
against
but
it.
you're saying, hold on, Reese. But you're saying that me saying the shit is making black people look weak.
Because it's you got to be mindful of the word choices that y'all use when y'all
For
describe
sure.
what happened.
For sure.
When you say, "Oh, well, they allowed it," what did you like? What when you did you? Are you saying they allowed crack? These things to be sold in the neighborhood? They didn't
Yeah.
allow that. Those men chose to do it.
No, but
they
see,
did-
that's the
they-
point,
and
right?
Then they went in and did a whole entire war to get rid of it.
Well, hold on.
Incarcerate
Benny,
these
Benny,
very
Chad
women
even
that
said
you
out his
say-
own mouth. Chad even said out his own mouth that a whole war was funded for this, right?
No.
Two different wars: war on drug, Iran Contra war.
I'm not talking about the war of drugs. He just brought that up
That's
right
what
now.
I'm talking about.
Right.
Thank
Okay.
But when I say allowed, what I'm saying is no matter what way I say it, y'all gonna get mad.
No,
but it's
I
what
mean,
happened.
Now,
When I say allowed
can I say
is
something? Can I say
they
something real
used
quick?
the people that sold the drugs were used, and they're sorry for doing it. They could have chose not to. You right. But
Here's
this
the
is
thing.
what happened.
There's no but.
They sold the drugs, and motherfuckers funded wars with it.
But listen to the.
And just knowing that happened, Chad knows it happened, right?
Let's-
You know
we
it
gotta
happened.
understand the historical context
Nobody
of this whole
chose Nobody made them
Yes.
choose.
I didn't say they
to do
chose
it.
to. I said they
That's
chose
yes,
to
you
sell the
did.
drugs.
I said nobody made them choose to do it because they could have
Listen,
listened to their mama when she said go to school, pay attention, and listen to the teacher. They could have listened to their
If you
grandmama
from
when
the
they
hood,
said
bro, you know that not every mama say that shit,
hold
bro.
on real quick. Let me say something.
everybody knows that life only leads
You,
two ways: dead or in jail. Everybody know that.
anybody believe that people can be a victim of circumstance, right?
Certainly,
We all
yes.
can agree with that. People can
Yes,
be a victim of circumstance.
certainly.
You can put anything in any
They
impoverished
don't.
community. People is going to gravitate toward that, like rats. I lost both my parents to the crack epidemic, so I became a victim of circumstance. Yes,
Right.
yes, you can go to school. You can become a product of your environment. I grew up in Philly. That was the only thing around us. We didn't have no role models growing up in Philly. So yes, when you see one of your homies making $1,000 a day, it becomes enticing.
Choice.
So
Yeah,
yes, a lot of
it
people.
But you
becomes
still choose to do
enticing.
it, which is what their
Hold on, it
argument is.
becomes enticing, but you still have to make a choice.
Right. You make a choice to do
But
You
that
Right.
the
because
thing
it's
is,
choice.
you
They
don't want to
let's
take
choice
the
You
back
hard
let's
route.
then
watch this.
And
enticing
just
just means
like
that's
and,
greed.
was
and
every man for his fucking self.
But
And,
watch
Oh
and
yeah,
this.
just
right.
like just like there are guys who made the choice to do it, there are
So
people in that same circumstance, in that same
They chose to.
environment that you grew up and
I
said,
agree.
I don't want to do that.
Hey, Benny.
I
And
agree
did
with
Right.
you.
they didn't so they didn't have a role model, they didn't have a parent, they y'all grew up right
That's
next
with
to each other.
anything. That's
You
like
right, Benny. Benny. But
all
see,
white people didn't sell moonshine.
hold
You
on,
see what I'm
Reese.
saying?
Hold on.
All white people, or any. I don't even like to use them. I want to talk about us. So,
Right, you're right, Benny. And
so,
what I think y'all confusing what I'm saying is all I'm not saying to give
what I'm
nobody
saying,
no pass, saying there wasn't a choice, none of that. I'm saying motherfuckers should know the
listen,
history. Just like Chad knows the history, just like you know the history.
Right,
They
and the
have a
problem,
$1,000 phone in
the
their hand.
reason why we went down this hole was because some of the things y'all were disagreeing with the actual facts and history.
but the facts of the history is when crack came out,
Brandon mute. Who
black
breathing?
people.
I
Let's
don't
talk
know.
about the
They're
late
dying. It
'70s.
sounds like they're dying.
Let's talk
Somebody
about the
call
late '70s,
911.
My
right?
bad. Hold on, that's me working. My bad, bro.
The late '70s, black people still couldn't even we couldn't even work with in corporate America. Black people only thing we could do is go to the military. They wouldn't even hire you at McDonald's. You could Black men and black women could not get legitimate jobs.
Reese,
Yes, there was
did you ever sell dope?
I, uh, yeah. Well, no, I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, did you just
Just
say
put it like
yeah
this.
on
Because
social
Yeah.
I
media?
know
This
plenty
will
of men
there
who
be
did
no
not.
glad TVs in here.
Don't
I'm
answer that.
fucking dead.
I'm
Did they?
gonna say this. I
Plenty of
was
men
a
who did
product
not.
of my environment. I was a product of my environment. Yes, growing up in Philly, I come from a very large family in Philly that was heavily incorporated in the streets. So yes, by default, by seeing my cousins, my uncles, and
Hey
all of
man, you don't admit to no shit like that
no,
on here. They ever that
no,
deep?
I'm dancing around it. I ain't saying no
And
names,
never
but I'm gonna say this.
and
Yes,
why'd you do it? Why'd you
but
do it? It
watch
was a
this.
choice. You said it was
It
enticing.
was a
It
choice.
enticed you. It was a choice. That's all we're saying.
Absolutely.
There's
I
no
mean, I
but.
mean,
It's a choice
some
because there are
people,
plenty of boys
Chad.
in your same environment in the same situation that say, "I'm going to go work for minimum wage, and I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna list the school. I don't care what they have. I'm not gonna be enticed by that. Like it's a choice. That's all. And by saying it's anything other than that is it's saying that black men are weak.
Nah,
I don't
but
care
you
what
can't
this
you can't
That's a
use
psyop
lot
that.
of
is.
reaching.
I don't care about none of these intentions. I don't care about these big psyops, these grand schemes, none of that, because nobody don't control my life except me.
I,
Everything I do is because I fucking
but
want to do
Chad,
it, and everything I don't have is because I don't
Chad,
want it. As
but
simple as
Chad, let
that.
me say two things can be right at the same time.
Yep.
Everybody's experience in life is different. Like yes, now by the grace of God, when my car got shot up the last time, and when my son and I just dropped my son off, that was an epiphany for me. And what I always tell people, when I talk to these young boys, I say I was a gangster, but not I was a gangster as far as making money. I made a lot of money by the time I was 20 years old. That's how I was able to get into real estate and buy property. And I wasn't a gangster, shoot 'em up, bang bang type of gangster. I was never on that type of time. I was always about getting money.
I was a
But
gangster for
it
going to
doesn't
work.
matter.
I went to work. I was a gangster for
I,
working
I,
for
I
five
get
fifteen,
it.
and I
And
worked my way up from minimum wage.
but
That's
listen,
what I did.
But listen,
Law
growing up
school.
in the
So
'80s,
this whole
growing up.
celebration of all that other stuff.
But hear me out, Chad. Let me just help you understand. You know my experience and the people that I grew up around in Philly. There wasn't no,
Same people.
there
Same.
wasn't no, there wasn't no opportunity for us. The school systems was stupid. I tell people
Same.
all the
My
time.
school is 94% black. Same.
That
Yeah,
doesn't.
so yes, and I agree with that. The school system was crazy. There was no opportunity. We didn't see people. We didn't see people growing up. We didn't. I mean, making it out the hood.
There are
We didn't have
some
that wasn't
there
our
are boys
story.
in our same neighborhood. Like, are y'all serious? That
No, but hear me
no
out, Chad.
that the hood didn't produce no straight and narrow people. That the hood didn't produce nobody who actually did it the right
Nobody's
way.
saying that. There's gonna be a few out of the bunch. But most people become a product of their environment. You gotta remember, black people was fresh out of segregation. They wouldn't give us nothing. We just start even in the '80s.
I was born in '87.
Watch this. Right fresh out of segregation, going into the '70s. Black people still couldn't get a job. Right after that, they put the crack cocaine was put in the communities. My mom and dad, upstanding people, trying their best to make ends meet, became crackheads.
A product of your environment is still a choice.
How is that a
Benny, it's
choice?
a choice.
You
It is a
still
choice.
make the choice to be a product of your environment.
This is
How
the
can
root
you
of the
do
problem,
better
Benny.
if you
This is
don't
the
know
root.
better?
Your choice.
This
Hey,
is the
Benny,
root of
I
the
Is
remember.
problem.
it possible?
Because there are women
Hold
who
on.
have been, essayed. There are women who have been abused. There are women who have gone through traumatizing things in that same very hood you speak of, and chose to rise above it and make herself into a accomplished woman. There are young men who you probably shared a classroom seat next to that sat there and looked at your ass doing dirt and said, "I don't want to be that. I don't know what I
Right.
want to be, but I know I don't want to do that
Y'all
because I
just
know
want it
what
to be
that leads
cool.
to."
Y'all want it to be cool.
No, hold on a second, real quick, Benny. I saw you had a video talking about stepfathers, right?
Yep.
And you said you had a good stepfather in your life, correct?
Oh, I had a father.
You had a father, okay.
He just happened to be a stepfather
He
to
happened to
me.
be a stepfather. But my point is, when you come from these communities, some people don't have a mom or a dad.
Well,
There's nobody to
I
steer them
didn't.
the right way,
My parents were divorced. I grew up in the hood with
right?
my mother in the hood on food
Right,
stamps in welfare. If you from Shreveport, I grew up in Greenwood Terrace, them fucking housing
right,
projects over in Greenwood. That's
right.
where I was at for
Hmm.
damn near the first half of my life, up until I was 12 when I moved in with my dad. And then
Hmm.
even then, we still lived on fucking Martin Luther King Drive over on the Cooper Road.
Right.
It was the hood. Just because I
Hmm.
had my dad, it don't mean shit.
And I'm not that wasn't my point. My point is that some people have people in their corner to steer them the right way. Some motherfuckers don't have that at all. You know what I'm saying? I'm not arguing
This is
against
the
either
root.
one of your points. I'm just saying you
This is the
can
root.
be a victim of circumstance. Some people are grown into group homes and all kind of shit. Get
This is the root.
get the R word. Listen, stop, because some of the stuff you're saying is a little bit wrong for people that really done been through some shit
It's the
and they
root.
ain't had no choice from the
I
It's
moment they
the
agree.
were
root.
That's
born.
This is the
it's
root of the
almost it's
problem. It's the
borderline
root of
it's
the problem.
borderline insensitive, Chad, because
It's
you're
not insensitive. You don't
it
you
is
don't you don't
because
even know my
Chad,
story. But the
I
problem
don't.
is
I
to
don't.
be
you
And I'm not
don't know
so
your
arguing
again.
for
So
story
you
what are
to
y'all
your
necessarily.
talking
fullest.
about? What are y'all
Chad, that's
talking
all I'm
about?
saying. We just
Y'all
have to
are
be careful of
nobody
how
don't need.
we.
I'm talking to a group of men. What you want me to be sensitive for? Let's be
Nobody's asking you
Nobody
to be
real.
says
sensitive.
sensitive,
I ain't
Chad.
Y'all
saying you're
are like,
Chad,
sensitive.
oh
just
my
because you have
god.
a rah-rah energy don't mean shit. Let's keep it
Nobody
a
is
buck
raw.
right there.
Nobody's being
Just
raw.
because you have
This sounds
no,
It's
because
a
you
pathetic.
think
difference.
because you say
Chad,
something
Chad,
real
it's a huge
articulate and
It
difference
sounds
loud.
between
pathetic.
being
No, you think
sensitive
because you
and
have a
being
stern voice
compassionate.
that it's
You
going
can
to
be
you're not
compassionate without
intimidated.
That's
Well, I'll
not
say
what
being
this.
I'm
You're
saying.
not
Bruh,
intimidated.
hold
That's
Hold
on,
on,
not
hold
what
hold
on,
I'm
on.
hold
You're
on,
not
saying.
hold on,
That's
hold
intimidated
not
on.
what
me.
I'm saying.
Hold
but
on,
it's
hold
not
on.
like
That's not
being
what I'm
sensitive
saying.
is a bad
Nobody
thing
don't
either.
need to. I'm talking to a group of men who want me to be
Chad,
compassionate.
so
It
so
is what
define
it
a
is. You made
man.
a
Everybody got to
choice.
mute.
You made a choice.
Everybody got to mute. It's not. At the end of the day, we like. I mean, I'm with Chad because I don't got time. Like, I get it. Like this is the problem. Everybody, we want to coddle feelings. We want to talk about our feelings. We like, bro. We done talked about this shit. Like I said earlier, we know this shit. We know all this shit. Nobody trying to hear that shit. Go out there and make some shit shake, bro. That's just what it is. What are you gonna do? What are y'all gonna do? I ain't like I can sit here and talk about, yeah, I feel because Yeah, but nobody, at the end of the day, after you say it, who gives a fuck? Nobody. You still got to go out there and put that shit to action, bro. So sitting here talking about it all day about the oh, I'm a product of my environment. Like once we talk about what it is and we acknowledge it, which we've acknowledged that, and then said, but at the end of the day, it's still a choice. You got to go do something about it. You got to do. And I'm not trying to sit here and waste time just talking about, the white man, the product of the environment. I didn't have my daddy. Everybody's experience is different. It's crazy how everybody's experience is so different, yet there's so many of the same niggas that we can sit here and point to that chose the wrong route, and y'all end up in the same situation. You can predict the story of 90% of them motherfuckers, but everybody's experience is so different. We're all just special little creatures. We are more alike than fucking different. Everybody, damn near all black people done grew up in the fucking hood. So what? We all saw shit getting sold. We all seen damn near somebody get offed. I had drive-bys happen when I was in fucking third grade. Who cares? Like, we all got a fucking story. Nobody cares. And as men, us sitting here always talking about our stories and what we feel, that shit get old. It sounds like a bunch of women. They do that shit. They do that shit. They'll sit there and talk about that shit all fucking day. Like, as men, especially black men, don't nobody give a fuck. So that's why, like, it's like y'all think like Chad is rah, but it's like y'all just rehashing shit that we already done said before, and it's like we keep rehashing that same dead point, and then be like, well, I'm not giving excuses, but then it come back and we giving excuses. Like, go get you some therapy, come back, and let's see what we got to do to get this shit forward. That's all I'm saying, because we keep rehashing the same redundant points when nobody cares. And if this was, I'm not saying you can't acknowledge background, history, or whatever the case. You acknowledge it, you talk about it, you hash it out, but then it's like, okay, like, solution.
Hey, you not wrong. I got a dip, but that's on my only point. My main point is motherfuckers need to know. They need the information. Chad got a lot of information. Motherfuckers need information. You on your page, you teach motherfuckers a lot every day. You got way more people that listen to that shit than don't. Regardless of how many people in your comments talking shit, it's because you sending the right message. Motherfuckers want to hate. That's all my point was. You know what I'm saying? The excuses shit, you right. Motherfuckers, you can only cry so much before you get off your fucking ass and do some shit. You right. But for sure, motherfuckers need information.
Yeah, definitely.
That was my only point. That's my main point. But I got a dip. I hope y'all all have a blessed day.
Hey, yeah, for sure. Be easy, bro.
Be easy. Yep. Same here, Benny. All I said was at the beginning, you heard me say this, everybody in the chat, I said we let each other down. So I'm hard on my culture far more than what people know. I used to have a podcast to talk about.
I ain't even gonna say we let each other down. People let themselves down.
Of course, yeah. But I say that as we just because I just say that culture-wise. But yes, no. And I know where you're going, Benny, because I have the same mentality where you can't teach people who don't want to learn, and you can't teach people to walk the right path if they don't want to. Leave them motherfuckers where they are. I have never said that. I always steer that path. I always say, do what you can. Now, my approach might be different, but I think at the end of the day, I can't say we all, but for most of us in this chat, we want what's best, not just for our community, but for most importantly ourselves, because you got to be. So I'll leave on that one right there for y'all as well. But it was great talking to y'all, and it was a nice history lesson again when it comes to the crack shit. I knew half of that already, but y'all take it easy. And Benny, always a pleasure.
Oh,
y'all
yeah, for sure.
Y'all be easy.
Out there, bro.
You too.
What I'm gonna say is, my You can give a microphone, give a platform, give a voice to every single person, human being on this planet, and they can tell you how hard their life has been, how fucked up people have treated them, and how bad they have it. Everybody got a motherfucking story, having a story and having been through some shit. That don't make you motherfucking special. That make you common. That make you regular. That make you, and what else? We know that. That's all I'm saying. Like, stop. Like, nobody care. Like, everybody been through some shit. You don't get no special pass or no special treatment or comforting because you've been through some shit. Welcome to a human. That's part of being a human. And it's like that's why people think that black American men are so soft and weak, truly, because you got literally black men on here crying, not let me say this disclaimer, not in this chat, not anyone who's already spoken, so I consider feelings. You got black American men in general speaking as if they have it so hard and they were just a product of their environment and systems and the government is the reason why they did all this shit. When you got motherfucking men in Mumbai dealing with malaria coming over here, you got motherfuckers who actually know real struggle, who actually know. You think if you think that your life in the projects could amount to the motherfucking slums of Jamaica, that's why you weak. That's why everybody think you weak. It's because you actually think that you had it hard. You don't even know what fucking hard is, but you want to get up on this shit crying all motherfucking day. That's the problem. That's what everybody's tired of, because the same girls that was in your same fucking classroom, in your same motherfucking house, being raised by that same motherfucking single parent, she had a baby and then had another one. And she got on the bus and went to class with a baby in her stomach, a baby on her hip, and a baby in a stroller. So what the fuck do y'all niggas be talking about? Y'all niggas just be weak.
I mean, that's just what it is, bro.
He ain't
That's why
lying,
I'm trying to hear
Chad.
that
He
shit.
ain't lying, bro. Cause as a nigga who done did all that, you know how I got out of that mindset? Started reading, took my ass to therapy, and did something with my life. You ain't lying.
You know what I'm saying, bro? I mean, as a motherfucker who been to these countries, who seen this shit, that's why I don't be trying that. Like the people be like, "Oh well, you just like, bro." I'm a talker. Like it's one thing to talk the information, but it's another just sit here cry all day. And I like that's why I posted that video the other day talking about like I get tired. Like I got another one. It's a dude that was like, "Oh, it's black men. We got to be 5 times better to talk to a black woman, but they'll talk to a basic white boy." Is there a demographic of black women and black men that do that shit? Yeah, it's a very small demographic. But why are you hyper fixated on them? Number one, because they don't want to talk to you anyway. So why would I talk about why would I focus on them type of black women? Why would I talk to black women who would go talk at me as a top tier black man? Why would I focus on a small demographic of black women who want to go talk to a basic ass fucking Rufus? I don't give a fuck about them. They're not on my dating radar. But you got a bunch of men in their fucking comments crying, yeah, bro, because like you're getting you are if you consider yourself a top tier black man, right? And you over here crying because your own race of women don't want you over a basic ass white boy. And you over here crying. The white man ain't your problem, bro. He not your problem. You're getting beat out from your own set of women by a basic white dude.
But see, I feel like all of that
I've
goes
never
back
had that
to
problem. Because I don't like the only black women I ever dealt with weren't even attracted to fucking white men. So I didn't have to worry about it. Like, focus. But go ahead, man. What you got? What you got? Who was
so can y'all hear me?
yeah. Go ahead.
So I feel like all of that come back to a perspective. And you know, some people have no balance. You understand what I'm saying? Which there's no excuse for it, but I never forget I went on Chad Page and he was talking about the same thing you talking about. And he was like, oh, basically, why are you concerning yourself with what females doing anyway? You know what I'm saying? That shit, this whole movement is crazy to me
Like
about how
it's one thing to
these
talk.
people,
Like it's one thing to highlight it as a problem to discuss like self hatred or something like that, Cool, talk about it, address the problem. But to sit up here and fucking cry about it, like that's the reason why you don't have a woman or a wife or can't find no man.
Right,
Like, dog, get
right.
the fuck out of here.
Right. But then, like I said on his page, he was talking about like survival of the fittest and stuff like that. So that's why these men are out here doing shit like that. Women, all they, I don't know. They that some of them, you know, some of us. I'ma say, I ain't gonna say some of them. Some of us, when it's time to put up or shut up, they can't do. Only thing they can do is shut up, and they don't want to shut up. So, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna divert as much as they can.
Well,
I feel like how they was talking about how they was talking about men.
hold on, Queen B.
The people.
Hold on, Queen B. I gotta talk to this young lady here real quick. Arnez, what the fuck are you talking about?
Well, I just got on your live. Hey, Chad. I just got on your live, so I don't really know what the
Why not be
I don't really
quiet?
know what the context
So why
is. I
so
don't
why are
really
you
know
in
what
the
the context
comments?
is.
So
Hold
why are
on,
you in the
hold on.
comments running your fucking mouth?
Okay, so now
Why are you in the comments running your fucking dick sucker? Shut up.
Hold on, because I don't think that's what she meant. That's what. Nah, hold on.
No,
What you talk about, Miss?
no. See, just because she a woman, I'm gonna get the same energy to her, just like I did them
Right.
disrespectful niggas. Be quiet and learn
I'm
what the
not
fuck
trying to
is
be
going on, bro.
disrespectful. I'm just trying to.
Be quiet and learn what the fuck is going on.
I think
You
she's
but
saying don't men
stop.
be
You ain't gotta
Mute
speak
raised.
for
me.
her. You ain't gotta
You
speak
gonna
for her,
keep
Miss
muting
Queen. You
me?
ain't gotta
That's
speak for
fine.
her.
Hey, Chad.
There ain't no
Hey,
hey
Chad.
Chad. This ain't Chad fucking live. You came in my comments with so much to say. If you didn't know what the fuck, if
Okay,
you
so let
didn't
me
know
say
what the
it.
fuck was going on, shut up and
So
listen.
let me say
Shut
it.
up and listen. Shut up and listen. See what's going on. Hear the conversation. But you. If you don't know what's going on, why are you talking in my comments? You can speak now.
Because you popped up on my For You page.
Hey, no.
That's
If you
why.
don't know what's going on,
That's why.
if you
I
don't know
asked the
what's going on,
question.
Miss grown
I
ass
asked
black
the
woman, if you
question.
don't know
The
what's going on,
question,
if you don't know what's
you
going
came in.
on,
I
if
asked
you
the
don't
question.
know, if
All
you
I did
don't
was ask
know,
a
if
question.
you don't know
All
what's
I did
going
was ask.
on, shut the fuck up and
I
listen.
asked a question.
Shut
I
up
asked.
and listen.
I asked a
All
question,
right.
and you
See,
got back to
this
me
is
in the
why.
comments,
This is
right?
why. See, they come in because Chad up here, and then they think that this is Chad live. That ain't what this about. The same way. See, y'all was hooping and hollering when disrespectful niggas was up here, don't know how to shut up, and then here come disrespectful women. They don't know how to shut the fuck up. All in my
Right.
comments talking about shit she don't fucking know, but I don't know what's going on. And why the fuck are you in the comments? Listen, open up your fucking ears the same way them niggas needed to listen. God damn, that's the one thing I hate when Chad come here. He be bringing all these fucking weird ass women. I'm just here for Chad. Then shut the fuck up.
Equal accountability.
God damn. All in my comment, ain't you married? Ain't you married? You know what the fuck you was saying when you said that, you goofy boy. Then I answered your question. Then why you worried about it? What? Y'all about to get my fucking live, boy. She know
Oh
what the hell she doing.
wow.
They're trying to gaslight like she went in here coming being mad. I was just in here. Shut up.
Oh wow.
Shut up. No, I don't tolerate disrespect, bro. That's what I don't do. You don't come over here
Right.
talking like that. Cause I don't do that to people.
Right.
I don't do that to people. Everybody, we just had an entire live where everybody can express themselves, talk, and you come up here with that goofy ass shit. I don't do that. I give you the same energy you give back. The same way that dude came up earlier that was talking goofy, and I had to get him the fuck up out of here. I will do that too. I don't give a fuck if she a woman. Come with some fucking respect. Don't try to defend her. Don't speak for her.
Right.
She was
I'm
disrespectful.
sorry. I'm
Call that shit
sorry.
out. I don't tolerate
I'm sorry.
disrespect.
I didn't know she was being disrespectful.
Yeah, she was. And then try to act like because she didn't think I was gonna bring her ass up here. She know what
Oh
she was doing.
wow.
Everybody in the comments could see her do that shit.
Well, I can't see the
She talking
comments,
about
so
I
let
was
me
just
see.
answering the question. And I answered her question. And then she replied with a smart ass comment. Anyway,
That's crazy. But see, it
my
be the
bad, my
same
bad,
people. It
my
be the
bad,
same people.
my
It be
bad.
the same people. Everybody always got excuse. People don't want to. That's what I'm saying. That's why I come back. I keep yelling accountability and like how you just took her off your live. I feel like that's what you're supposed to do. Move that shit on you. We done wasted too much time to keep arguing with people that don't. You ain't got no sense. You can't grasp the concept we trying to give you. I can't. I'm not finna sit like they say. I'm not finna sit here and argue with my children when I know I'm right. I'm
Nobody
not
got
finna
time for
do
that
it.
shit, man.
I'm not
I
finna
don't even know
do
what was going on, but you all in the. I'm talking about kept typing in the comments. Then when I answer the question, then she want to reply with some smart ass comment. Like, get on somewhere with that shit, man. Well, I just here for
it. Cause
Chad,
I
but
ain't
this
even
ain't his
know.
fucking live. And if
That even that was like
if you would
throwing
have
me under
pulled
the
up
bus
to
for
his
no
fucking
reason.
live with that shit, he would have cussed your ass out too. Probably worse than
Yep,
me.
yep. I agree with that one. Yep, yep. I'm surprised he did get on here and start, but he probably not reading the comments. That's what I'm saying. I wasn't reading the comments either.
She kept fucking typing. But anyway, man.
But that's what I'm saying. Like how we just gone. We got points to prove. We got people that need to learn. They need to know how to build their life up so we can build this community. Y'all see how this government, they been doing us like that. Just like Chad said, even though you're a victim, you know, you fell victim to your circumstance. I ain't gonna lie. I done did some shit. We all done did some shit we know we wasn't supposed to be doing. But as you mature, you gotta choose better than what the fuck you choosing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Everybody got a story, you know. We all got a fucking story.
yeah. Yeah, you can't just keep on saying you know, well, I ain't have no mother, I ain't have no father. I grew up in the projects and like just the same people in the classroom, just the same amount that was selling drugs. I had the same amount to make a good example. They have done stuff with themselves.
But that's what I'm saying. They act like it don't be good people in the hood. Like, bro, you know Mr. Earl down the street that fix on cars. You know fucking
Right.
Miss Pearly up the street that work at the hospital. Like, it's good people in the hood, but y'all don't want to, they don't be paying attention to them. They don't care about them.
They be paying attention. They too busy picking on them so they won't get picked
Nah,
on.
I ain't trying to be like
They
Mr.
like
Earl, bro.
it's too many.
I don't want to work on no dang on cars, bro. That he only get paid $10 an
All my
hour.
life, I don't want to work
Exactly.
hard.
That's what it is. They want
Everything they want, everything
greed.
easy.
They did not want to work. They didn't value work because they didn't value and it translated to other areas of their life. They didn't value work in school. They didn't value. They wanted the spoils of war without actually fighting the war. They wanted all of the reward without taking none of the risk. Everybody knows that you got to work hard. They didn't want to do that. They saw all these flashy things and they said, I want those flashy things and I don't want to have to work for it. That's all it is. They wanted to take
We
a
all saw
shortcut.
guys. Okay,
Nah,
you
that's
ain't had no
facts.
daddy.
That's
Yeah,
facts.
but we all saw Fresh Prince. We all watched goddamn the
Correct.
Cosby Show. We know. You knew. You
But the
Right.
saw.
fact
Right,
that
there's no
they
such thing as
had
they
that
didn't
on
know. They knew.
TV is like the fact that we had stuff like that on TV is like what really is like how you keep making excuses. How do
But this is
you
what I
keep
mean when I say that they be trying to make black men. That's why I say they make black men sound weak. Literally, that's
It's the fact.
because literally you're saying that you could not make a decision for yourself. Like you were just part of this whole. You on this assembly line of degeneracy. Like you like you had no control over your life. And who the hell is going to take your lead, your control, all these
Right.
things they talk about? You can't even control and lead your own motherfucking life. You can't even make your own decisions on how your life turn out. You're a product of an environment. What the fuck?
I
Not
feel
not
like this
necessarily
Right.
though,
you,
Chad.
So it is.
not you, Reese. I'm just saying, like, I hate all these disclaimers. I'm
I
just
feel
saying
like
in
this though,
general,
Chad.
like,
Y'all not
No,
wrong, but at the same
I get what
time,
you're saying. I get exactly like I'm on that same wave, but I'm also sympathetic on both sides because I seen it, I experienced it. Now I agree. A lot of yes, it was a choice. I'm not going to front for that. Yeah, and then you get captivated by the lifestyle. I listen. I'm a product of that, but
okay,
I also know
But that's
how.
still a choice.
Yes, I'm a
that's what I
product.
right,
said.
I agree with that. I agree with
right.
that.
I'm saying, but you're sympathetic. You're sympathetic on that, and the thing that, right, okay, but how come the very same people, not saying you, but the very same people who are so sympathetic and understanding about the product of an environment creating a candy dealer don't have no sympathy, understanding, or empathy, or any compassion, or any of these things that they want for themselves because they made the choice to to sell poison to their people so that they can have personal individualistic gain by buying material things. They
Right,
want sympathy, but there's no sympathy for the girl who got a baby. There's no sympathy
right.
for the single mother that's actually in the house raising them. There's no sympathy for nobody else except for them. They
I
want
agree with
everybody
you.
to have
Facts.
sympathy for them, and they are the men. That is what we're saying.
I
I
agree
feel
with you.
like
Like
this though. I feel
yeah,
like
I
this.
don't like that. I'm always like, I mean, I'm sure y'all see me. Like, I'm always defending the both sides. I don't take no sides because I seen the outcome of both sides. It was listen, we all was damaged. That's as black people in our community. Some made it out, some
Oh.
became victims, you know what I mean? By the grace of God, I'm at where I'm at in life. You know what I mean? Only thing I could do right now is be empathetic and sympathetic towards everybody so that we can try to grow and try to do something for us as a community.
But that's the thing, man. Honestly, I don't. I ain't got no sympathy for them niggas. I really don't. And that's the problem because just like
especially in grown age.
you grew up now. Maybe the kid, sure, but grown ass niggas you grew up with them. I grew up with them. We all grew up with them.
Yeah, in this day and age, oh yeah, real rap. I ain't got no
Even
yeah,
we're talking
yeah,
about in our
like
age group.
I don't have sympathy for them. That's the problem.
Oh no,
We
not in
give
our
them
age group.
we give them
No.
sympathy, and that's the problem.
yeah, I agree with you. Like current now, it ain't no excuse. Like now,
I'm talking about back then.
they
It was no
willingly
excuse.
It,
walking
it
into
wasn't
it.
no excuse back then either.
It was. See, I guess I see things from a different point of view because I lived through it.
Because you
I
did
lived
it.
through it
No,
too.
you
I was
because you
born in
Bruh,
did it.
'87.
bruh.
Because you
Hey,
did.
though, Reese, I lived through it
It ain't
too. E.
because
I
you
agree
lived
with
through
that.
it. You
Ain't no
did it.
sympathy, bruh. Both my parents are crackheads.
I
I was
get
raised with
it,
my
but
grandparents.
it's like when
I
you
jumped in the
know better,
streets.
you do better. That's what I'm saying.
Because so you
When you
actually
know
did
better,
it,
you
right?
do better, and
Yeah.
stop making
So
excuses for
but you went.
everybody else who has followed the same path that you chose to take. When
No,
you
I'm
know
not
that was
making
the
no
wrong
excuses for
path for
them.
you to take.
I'm not making no excuses for them. Like I said, I can't speak for
No, no,
every
no, no,
city.
no, no. I'm not saying like you making excuses for it. Okay, well, okay. Well, at some point, some point you can't tell people that they wrong. Some point, people's not
So,
gonna listen to you.
but
But
so let me
if
give
we
you.
want our community to move forward, you do like at some point, you say you used to hustle or whatever, however you used to do it. Now you're not in the game no more. So how many people that's still in the game? How many
Oh,
people
I don't
left
hang
the
with
game?
nobody
That's what
that's.
I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't get down like that. I don't know. Nah, that ain't my circle. But
No, wait, 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 hold on. I think what she's trying to say is like you got out of it, but there's people still in it, which means that y'all know better. You
oh yeah,
chose
in
to
this
get out of
current
it,
day,
and they still in it.
yeah, in this current day, it's like listen, yeah, he wild. Any man that's still hustling, I say even within the last 30 years, especially in the 90s, what they did with that crime bill. If you still out here hustling, you stupid. You stupid. But what I'm saying is, like, even like when my
But
lady,
those are people
when
of their circumstance. Though, like you say what I'm saying? Like if that's how we gonna handle this, those are people. It's still like you're grown now. Those children was in your same position. You
My
understand what I'm
question is
saying? So
this.
what I'm basically
so what
saying
I'm saying
is
But
is,
y'all
but
need
as
to
like,
you
reach.
but Reese,
We need to
Reese,
start
okay.
doing
yeah,
better at reaching our
But
youth than
but
what
as a
we're
man, Reese,
doing.
but Reese, as a man, what like you made the choice knowing that you lost your parents to this, knowing that what that felt like as a child, you still made the choice to go do that to somebody else's parents.
Exactly.
because I'm gonna tell you why. Because I didn't. That's all. Those are all the male figures I ever knew. I didn't know nothing outside of Philadelphia. Nothing.
I didn't
Never
either.
been outside of Philadelphia. So you can't do better if you don't know better.
Yes, you
Yes,
Especially
you
can.
can.
Yes, you
Yes,
can.
you
not.
can. You
You
most
cannot.
certainly can.
But that's what
How
I'm saying.
Yes, you
Y'all are
can.
they just
Y'all
thought
be
it was
thinking
cool.
y'all
Y'all,
the
that's
only
all it is.
niggas
The
that
niggas
grew
thought
up
it was
around
cool.
this shit.
They just want to be cool. They thought it was cool.
no,
They didn't
I
want to work. They wanted to chill all day.
bro.
nah,
We
We
nah.
was
was
all
Listen,
there.
listen. I only can speak for myself. I'm up now. I'm only. I ain't speaking for a community of black men. I'm not speaking for everybody. I'm gonna speak for myself. That's all I knew. That's all. I never been outside of Southwest Philadelphia. Up
Wait,
until
Reese.
now, watch this. Now, hold on. Now, this is where it became a choice. By the time I was 20, I had 3 kids. Right? When my lady, when my wife wanted to, we needed to get a crib, and they gave her subsidized housing, and they said I couldn't stay there. That's why I'm like, oh, I can't stay here. No. So what I did, I bought my first house when I was 20 years old, and then I got connected with some other people when we started buying HUD houses and fixing them up and reselling them. I got into that, so that was my segue out the game. Well, and I mean, and a couple other stuff that happened that I can't talk about. But here's the thing. I only can speak for me. It really was a trap for me. Until I met certain people. Because I never been outside. I never seen
Most
nobody
of us
do
haven't.
good.
Most
Never.
of us
I
haven't.
didn't have
But
nobody.
look,
Most of us haven't.
Reese, I think what they're trying to say is like, for you to know better, you got to make that original choice of like saying, I want to do better. And then you go out there and learn some different things and learn what you don't know. So I think that's what
Hold
they
on,
were trying to
but
say.
let me
It's not
talk
just
to you like this. Did you know that you could go to jail?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. So
It's
you
a
knew that,
choice.
but you knew jail was bad. Did you know that you could end up in the dirt?
Absolutely.
And you knew that was bad. So,
Well, we're not talking about whether it was bad or good.
but you knew if you stepped into that life that those were 2 options, though.
Yes, there was the consequences, but
And so,
we're not talking about whether it was bad or not. What I'm saying is this was the environment that I was the
but
circumstances that I was in.
right, but you like, well, I didn't know no better, but you did because you knew those 2 things.
No, I said you can't do better if you don't know better. The whole point
But
of
for
going
you to
down,
know better,
if
you
you
got
want
to
to be
want
a
to
You
do
nurse,
knew
better.
better if you knew you
if
could
you
get locked up
hold
for
on,
it.
yeah, you're talking about consequences. We're not
Yes.
talking about
If you know the
consequences.
consequences, then you know better.
No, listen, you know the consequences of driving to your job every day. You can get into a car accident. There's a consequence for everything. Yes, we're not talking about consequences. We're talking about circumstance.
if you know the
Yeah,
That's what I'm
but like you
saying.
consequence to a
said, if you
choice, then
want
Either
to
you
way,
know
know
you
better.
still
better, you
make a
got to want to
choice.
do
If you
better
know the
first.
consequence to a choice, if you know the consequence of an action, then you know better. That's what they're saying. To
Exactly.
not know
Thank
better
you.
means that you don't know the outcome. But when you know the outcome
But
means you
that's
know
what.
better.
Listen, but
Thank you.
we're not talking about consequence. We're talking about circumstances. Everybody know if you lay down with a woman or a man and you're not protected, 2 things can happen. Either you can catch a disease or get a girl pregnant or get pregnant.
But you
I
still
thought we
chose
were
to
Of course, we
do
talking
know
it.
about
of
choices.
course we know the consequences. Everybody know the consequences, but we're not
But
talking
you
about
still choose
We
to
consequences.
were
do it
talking
though. So
about
what's the
choices,
issue?
I'm
Reese.
not saying I didn't choose. Yes, I chose to do it. I never said I didn't choose to do it.
Okay.
I
So
never
there
said
you go.
that.
You
That's
made
what
a
we said.
choice. You knew what
That's what
was
we're
going to
saying.
happen,
It
and
all
you made
goes
that
back to a
choice.
series of choices. That's what we're saying.
I never
Choice was
denied
not
that.
as motivated by circumstance. It was motivated by greed.
Hello.
It eventually turned,
Lust.
and I would agree to that. It did turn to greed.
It
Eventually,
was a.
I'm going to agree, but nobody, my mom and dad didn't want. You think they wanted to be crackheads? I didn't want to be a drug dealer.
I don't know, man. It sound like excuses to me.
Exactly.
It
You
sounds
did
like
not want to, but
You
you
didn't.
made
That's
the
what I'm saying. Like
choice
that's
to
my point.
become one.
You didn't have to be. You wanted to be. You chose to be.
Chose.
And that's what I'm saying. Like it's okay. Like no, like you did what you did, but it's okay to say you right. I chose that. It was the wrong choice, but I did it because I wanted to. Like it's not. Oh well, I didn't have no other choice. Like you did because I'm sure you know other dudes that you grew up with that didn't do it.
all the single parents that y'all was making crack
I'm
for
Majority
sure
their
of the
you
dudes
children,
walked
I
into
grew
a
up
their
with.
children.
business and you seen people working. I'm sure you seen
Hold on,
people
Jasmine.
driving
Hold on.
buses. I'm sorry.
But okay, majority of the dudes might have still made the same choice as you, but there were still other men, other boys you grew up with, and other women other girls you grew up with that didn't choose that.
That's with anything. Everybody's not going to college, bruh.
Bro, it seemed like you just trying
And
to
I'm saying
justify why you
college. I
chose to
didn't
do
even
that.
say
I feel
college.
like you
I just said
deflected
chose
now.
not to. I'm
and
just
Mark,
saying
Yeah,
didn't
bro, you just
choose
trying to
to.
make excuses,
I'm
man.
just saying
make
they didn't
excuses for
choose
what?
to go.
I did very well for myself. I'm not making no. I
But
don't need
that's
to make
what like
excuses
it's
for
you.
nothing.
It's like you taking it as a personal attack because we like you was in the
No, I'm
streets. It's
talking to
okay.
I'm talking to anime. You talking about me? I don't need to make excuses for
No,
anything.
I'm saying like you did it, but like you trying to justify
I
it in a
just
way
Right,
when
you
it's like,
defending what you
Yeah,
did.
you keep forgetting
yeah,
that you
like
made
you
a
could say,
choice.
yeah, you
That's what
did
we were
it and
talking
then you
about,
were
making
wrong,
choices.
but you trying to justify it like, oh, I had to when you really didn't. Like you did
everybody
it.
have a choice. You're playing semantics. Everybody got a choice.
Semantics is
You're
You
playing.
playing
crazy.
semantics too.
Everybody got a choice to do everything. Everybody make poor
Yes,
decisions.
that's
I
what
am
they
not
were
saying I didn't
saying.
make a poor decision. What I'm saying was those were the circumstances I was in.
And because of those circumstances, you decided to pick one
It
of two
wasn't. It
choices.
was okay. I think what true accountability sounds like is I wanted fast money. I did not want to go to work like everybody else. I did not want to work for minimum wage because I felt like I was
I was
better than
for,
minimum wage. I didn't
no
want
for
to do
one.
that.
I was
I didn't
14
want to
years
stay
old
in
when I
school
first
and do
started
everything.
selling
I
drugs.
wanted fast money because I wanted
What are
these
you talking
things
about?
that
I
I
was.
wanted. I wanted exuberant, lavish things that
How
most people
can you
did
say
not have
that when
access to. I
most
wanted
young
things
men?
that
I was 14 years
and
old
I
when I first
chose
started
to make the
selling drugs.
decision
For
to
one,
sell poison
And you
to
could have been
other
14
people,
working
to
at
my
the
own people.
supermarket or sweeping up a barbershop.
I worked at Wendy's for
and,
5.15 an hour. You think
and
I didn't see them out there trying to make quote unquote fast money and buy all these outlandish things?
for
I made
one,
the choice. I
again,
was a part of the
again,
environment too. I said I don't care about that. I made the choice because it's all just y'all did it for things, stuff. That's
Exactly.
all it is. Y'all literally took parents away
what
from
kind of, I
their
got a question.
children.
I got a question
Y'all
for you.
took parents away
What
from their
kind of
children.
jobs? What kind of jobs did your mom and dad have in the South?
Wendy's. What
Bro,
kind of
I'm
job?
an
That's
immigrant,
irrelevant.
bro. My
Right?
mom had to work
Right,
anything,
right,
cleaning,
right. It's
everything,
irrelevant.
bro.
My life was my choice. You think I wasn't in the same environment? You think I didn't see the same things?
What jobs did your mom and dad and your grandpa had in the 60s, 70s, and 80s?
Dog,
None.
you know what my granddaddy did? He was a fucking dog catcher. My grandmother,
Right.
my grandmother worked at a fucking nursing home.
All right, now what did your mom and dad do in the 70s,
My
80s?
dad worked at
Sounds
the
like
post office. My
you're
mama didn't
grasping
work.
for
Okay, now were they the exception or the rule?
you're
They
grasping
were the
for a
rule.
way out.
They
Yeah,
were the
you
rule.
reaching, dude.
See, exactly, but you keep trying to justify the bad decisions
Bro,
when
Hey,
you
but
just
listen.
say
that's
you
what I say.
did
Y'all
it.
act like there weren't regular working people in the hood. Everybody was a dope
Exactly.
dealer or a crackhead. No, there wasn't.
No, absolutely not.
There were regular people working at Wendy's, working at the grocery store, working at the corner store, working, just living. The
Hold
old
on,
lady
Shay.
up the street just living.
Mm-hmm.
See, exactly. Let me give you an example, right? I'm in college. My neighbor, he sell weed, right? He was he needed some money, so I fronted him like 500. He gave
Oh
me
God, that's not a good
listen.
story.
No.
Yikes.
Listen. He gave
So
me
y'all
back.
glamorize this shit no matter
Wait.
how you
No,
do it.
no.
You just glamorize it. Y'all trying to make this shit
No.
sound cool. Like
Hold
he
on,
cool
hold on,
now.
hold on,
He
hold on.
fronted the man. Like stop
No,
glamorizing
listen.
it.
That's not the
Stop.
point, Chad. That's not the point, Chad. Listen. What I'm saying is
You're
like he
verbiage.
gave
You're glamorizing it.
my like look. Listen. Let me land. So he gave me back 900, and for a second, I thought, damn, I could make this type of money. So I should really just ask him to connect me with his plug so I could start doing it too. But then I made the choice, and I was like, wait a minute. I could end up going to jail for this. I could lose my scholarships. I could get like drop out of college, not be able to get a job. Like I noticed this choice of trying to sell would ruin my life, and I decided not to do it, and decided to just stay with my regular job, and do it nice and slow on the straight and narrow, bro.
Well, the
See,
problem
like it's
is
a choice.
this is part of the problem. The problem is that no matter what, when you have younger, impressionable males, it's glamorized to them, and y'all glamorize it every chance that y'all get, even with the small choice of words that y'all use, even how y'all choose to tell y'all stories. Y'all glamorize it. Y'all do not make it sound. Y'all do not say it for what the fuck it really is. Y'all glamorize the shit, and y'all make the shit sound fucking cool every chance that y'all get. Every chance y'all get.
No,
Y'all
that's not
never
true.
just say it for what it
There's
is.
a difference between telling a testimony and glamorizing. I
Y'all,
don't
it's
glamorize.
Like
glamorizing. It's
I
glamorizing.
wasn't
It's
trying
all
to
glamorizing.
glamorize it. I was just telling you how
For
it
one,
happened.
I
It
mean,
was like
I'm sure
that
y'all
was the
been to my page.
situation.
Plug, his connect. These are
I don't
glamorizing
glorify none of
words.
that stuff.
They
I
call
don't
it for what it is. You sold drugs to your own people because you destroyed your own people that look just like you. You took parents away from their children. Even though you went through it, you did like call it what it is. That's what
Absolutely.
accountability is.
But you keep saying accountability, and I told you I took responsibility. I'm
I'm
trying to
not
get
talking
y'all to
about you
y'all
specifically.
try, y'all try, y'all
I'm not
trying
talking
to
about you
place a man.
specifically. I
I
mean you in
told you
third
there's a
person.
difference
You in third
between
person. Whenever you're describing
circumstance.
the situation, it's you in the third person.
Yeah, but
Not
Reese,
talking about
Reese,
you specifically.
let me talk about circumstance, right? So you being from Philly, and I'm from out there too, right? So lived in North, right? But we're both familiar with Kensington, right? Zombieland, right? So I'm currently in the military. I got soldiers from Kingston who grew up seeing the needles on the street, seeing the zombies on the street. They were in a circumstance, but chose to find a different way to come out of that circumstance. They were only surrounded by nonsense. Like Zombieland. You've been out there. Ain't no regulation out there. So you can't blame and say circumstance when I know there's people from those same circumstances that chose a different lifestyle to pull themselves out of that circumstance.
Again,
Can't be a product of their circumstance. It's a fact
again,
that
I'm talking about when I grew up. I'm not
I know
talking about.
I hear
Listen,
you,
bro.
Reese.
Listen,
I hear
listen,
you.
listen, listen, listen. I'm talking about me. I'm not talking about everybody else. I'm
I
talking
know
about me. I
I know
said
you are.
every situation I just talked about. I talked about me.
Or everybody else.
I'm telling you my point of view. I'm telling you where I came from. You only could take a man at his words. I'm telling you how I felt at that time. You ain't. I'm not talking about everybody else or what they did or how they did it or the reasons
I
why.
think the key word is how you felt. How you felt at the
Listen,
time.
I
It
don't
just
care. I don't
depends.
care what other people doing. Like how other people moving on me,
But
don't
that's
have
what we
no
get.
band on my
Reese,
life.
that's what we
Like I
getting at.
said, I'm
But
talking about how it was for me growing up in the
But it's
80s
that
and the 90s
it's that
in Philadelphia.
individualistic thinking that allowed you to be able to take other people's parents away from them.
well, but not
And that's
even
that
that.
mindset that caused that.
But not even that. You trying to isolate. You said, "Well, I'm talking about me," but then you use the reason why you did it is because everybody else was doing it.
When did I say that, bro?
Because you keep
I
going
said
back to
I was a
the
product of my environment.
right. That means you're putting it on other
No,
people.
I was a product of the circumstances I was under. That's like trying to blame every black woman for getting on welfare. No, they had to do what they had to do for the time.
On
Come
welfare to
on, man.
support your
Like,
children
come
is
on.
not the same
Yes,
as
I'm
committing
talking about
genocide on
my
your own
personal
people.
testimony.
It's not the
I ain't
same.
making no excuse for no other black
There's
man.
no
Don't try to
comparison
put, but
with
listen, don't try
doing
to
that.
fit me into
See,
what
but
everybody.
your situation not special though. Like you just like
I
everybody else
never said
made that
yo.
decision.
He
Listen,
never
bro.
said that.
I never said it was. I said I'm talking about me. Y'all keep saying y'all keep making excuses, yada yada yada. I said I'm talking about me. I can't think for nobody else but me. I'm telling y'all my story.
Right.
Stop,
And
so
you're
stop trying to put
but
my
that
situation
But
in everybody
but
else's
like
situation.
Nick said in the comments, you don't say it with shame. You actually just say it as again, this is
Oh my
a hood
goodness
story.
gracious.
Like
So now you
that's what Nick
told
said in the comments. But I agree with that.
so now you
Hold
telling
on,
me
Reese. Let me ask you a question. If you could go back, would you sell again? See, exactly, bro. You don't regret it.
for
You
one,
just glad you
what
made
are
it
you
through
talking about? We
everything.
not talking. Listen, bro. Come on, man. We don't do that.
That
I'm
should have
too
been an
grown for this.
emphatic no.
I don't need to answer that. I don't need to.
Exactly. We
No,
know the answer, bro. You not
come on,
answering
man.
is the answer.
I don't care. Yo, listen, bro. What you listen? Don't none of y'all know me. For
I don't,
one,
Reese. I don't think anybody trying to like size. I think you're taking.
no.
We're not trying to size you up
I
though.
can
That's
because I
not
can
what's going
defend
on.
myself. Secondly, I ain't gonna answer that because he a young. Yeah, listen, I ain't gotta answer that. All I'm saying is, if we want to talk about personal situations, I'm telling you my lived experience. Y'all
Yeah.
keep going on to what other people was
So
talking about.
it's not.
That's
It's
the
not.
problem.
So Reese, it's not about other people talking. So like you talk about a circumstance that you felt like. Again, the thing we're talking about is how you felt, not what was reality, right? So you could put yourself in any situation or circumstance, and there's multiple options. Like in the hood, it's like I know there's three ways out. In a body bag,
How many
food.
kids you got? How many kids you got?
I got one.
Are you with the baby mom?
No.
I'm still with my wife with
What?
5 kids.
What does that have to do with anything right now?
Why you just created a broken home? Can you change that? Do you want to change that?
Do I want to change? Yeah, if my daughter has to come from a
Well,
broken
go
home,
back with your
absolutely I
baby
would.
mom then. Go marry her then,
No,
bro.
no, 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 no. See,
No,
Reese, now
no,
you
no,
get
no.
now
Go
you
See, but
get
you
marry
see
tricky.
how
her.
you got no,
Go
no, no. But
marry
you see
her.
how you
So
got
now,
on
what
him,
happens
but
when
you
I'm baby
wouldn't say
mom?
no. You wouldn't do that shit again.
What
See
does
what
me
y'all
have
you
to do
see
with my baby mom have to do with the conversation at all, Reese?
you see what you just doing? I'm doing what you did to me.
That's not what I'm doing. Because I'm talking about exactly what you're
You
changing
created
the
a broken
subject.
home of a daughter and a man that's growing up as a bastard.
Okay, no, because I'm heavily involved in my child's life, so that doesn't
You
count
ain't
for
in a
me.
house.
It
You
doesn't
ain't in a
matter.
house.
See, we have 50. I have 50-50, so I have equal rights. So Reese, what are you talking about? That has
That
nothing to
you
do with
say
what we're
you
talking
can
about.
say that all on social media. Prove it.
Okay, what you want to see my court
See,
paperwork?
see,
That's what you
see.
want to
You
see,
see,
Reese?
I'm doing what y'all did to me.
But
You see what I'm saying? It's the same thing, same concept.
Okay,
He
Reese,
created
it's
a
not the
broken
same
home.
thing. I'm not
You
asking you to
created a
prove.
broken home.
Reese, I'm not.
You went
Stop,
into a
stop,
woman who's
Reese. Now
not
you
even
getting
you didn't
defensive.
even marry, you didn't even
Now you
think
getting
about marrying the
defensive.
chick. You done
Now
created
you
a
get.
baby, and now and what's going on, bruh?
Okay, let's use that. Let's take the difference. If I did not have to create a broken home, I'd go back and not do that. I can say no. I would not want to
Do
do
the
it.
same like him though, Reese. That's the thing.
Simple. Like if I had to do it again, I would do it the right way. Period. So
Well,
again, when we go back,
Reese,
hopefully you
would you
married
do
a.
that things the right way though, Reese?
You said what?
Would you do things the right way, like not sell
Already
drugs
asked him
or
that.
what?
Go through
Yeah.
my page.
So
Go through my page and see what I do for a living,
Reese, it's not.
and
Listen,
all the
see,
black
there
people
you
that I
go.
help.
He not
right now,
answering.
bro.
Go look
I'm
at
not.
all the black people I help become
Listen,
business owners,
Reese.
particularly black women,
that
business owners.
Listen,
I
that
employ
you're
wasn't
trying.
young
that
You're
black
wasn't
coming
the
women.
from a
Hold
question.
on,
different point of
hold
view,
on,
Reese.
hold
Like,
on, hold on,
I'm
hold
not
That
on,
wasn't that
attacking
wasn't the
you.
hold
I'm
question.
on.
not attacking you. It's good
Let's
to
make
talk.
this clear. There's a difference between people who talk and people who do.
But that wasn't the question.
My
But
name
we
is
both. But
reputable
Reese, we both do.
amongst the
But
community.
Bro,
you're challenging as if I don't
so
do. We
hold
both
on,
do,
hold on.
Reese. It's not. It's nobody
Nobody's
challenging.
questioning it. Nobody's questioning it. Like
Because it's
but that's why like that's why you can't even hear what we saying because you taking all this shit personal as if people are attacking you because that like yeah, it's your lived experience, but you can't even say like it's like you're not even ashamed that that happened. Like you trying to justify it, and you keep saying, "Well, that's my
I'm not
personal."
one justify it.
But if when he asked you that question, you was like your silence spoke like you
Benny,
wouldn't change it
real
because
rap,
you
Benny.
feel like you
If somebody asks you, would you go back and change what you did in the hood? You mean to tell me you want
if it was
self-explanatory?
something equivalent to what you did, yes.
I don't need to answer that because my
You
life.
don't. I mean, you don't have to answer because you answer it by not answering it because it's not that fucking
Exactly.
serious. It's
Okay.
really not that serious. We already know you sold drugs. Whoop de fucking do. Everybody. Vero was just like that's not like I'm saying. You speak as if you're special. Well, my lived experience, you're not special, bro.
Who
Like
said I'm?
your
What
lived
y'all? What
experience.
you?
But I say your lived experience in the hood is not different from
Nobody
99%
said
of
it was
other niggas in the
special.
hood.
I was using me as an example
Okay, so
because y'all kept on
but then
going.
when we speak, but when we speak to the generalization of what you did, you get upset because you're taking it personal.
All right.
Like
Let
it's
me.
okay, bro. It's okay. Like wait, but you wouldn't tell your children to go do it. You wouldn't go. You wouldn't do like you wouldn't tell the people that, or the people you mentor or help out right now to go do it. But then when he asked you that question, you
I
didn't
don't need to
denounce
answer
it.
that question. I don't need to answer that question because they
Okay,
ain't
all
gonna
right,
give me
well,
You not
what I need
answering
to
it.
answer for.
Answering, bro. We know the
that's
answer
fine,
because you
bro.
didn't answer it.
All right, man. Go help the people, man. Like it's okay, bro. Like you're not ashamed, but that's okay. It's cool.
See that mindset is like the ends
It's that ego.
justify the
It's the
means.
ego, bro. It's that ego.
Yeah.
It's the
It's.
ego. Cause you
I
know
think.
it's a motherfucker that like I know niggas who really regret that shit, and they will say, bro, if I could go back, I wouldn't do that shit because they're ashamed of that shit. They regret that shit. Like, yeah,
But
it's a means to it's a means to an end to get where I was at. But if I could have did it the right way, I would have did it the right way. You don't have to answer it because you don't want to answer it because you don't that you don't think you did nothing wrong.
some don't. Most of them do not see it as a point of shame. Most of them would still do it if it was not for the law.
If he lost everything right
Exactly,
now,
bro.
if he lost everything right now, he would probably go back to doing what he was doing.
Exactly, bro. See, he just
That's what
happy
I'm
he
saying. But
escaped the
my thing, my
consequences.
problem be is like niggas. If that's what you like, niggas can't own the shit. Own the shit, bro. Own the shit. Like when motherfuckers tell me about like try to get on me about the military, I'm like whatever. I don't give a fuck. I did it. Got to check for the rest of my life. Sure did go to that white man military. Like who the fuck cares, bro? That's what I did. I own that shit. If you really didn't regret it, you would own that shit. I ain't gonna. Don't try to get tough now. You on TikTok and told everybody you sell drugs. Like nigga, answer the question. It's not that crucial, bro. But that's that mentality that keep that shit going.
Right, and honestly, and then they want to have so many issues with the crime bill and all this other stuff. It was necessary. They would not have stopped. Nothing would have stopped them. Nothing. If anybody who got issued, y'all didn't live through it. Y'all don't know what it's like to not be able to go play outside at your granny's house. You're not allowed to. You don't know what it's like to see crackheads stealing everything out the mall. Watch it happening. Y'all don't know what it's like. The shit was terrible back then.
Man, dude sounded like he wanted a pat on the back just for being a
All I
dumbass.
wanted to ask him was, at 14 years old, he was a product of his environment. Did somebody put a gun to his head and say, "Hey, go sell this pack"?
That's a
Nope.
lie, bro. I jumped off the porch at 14. Even I have to work with all to know. My dumb ass chose to do that. Ain't
I
nobody put
started
no gun
working
in
at
their hand
Wendy's
and say,
at
Exactly,
go
bro.
14.
He
rob
don't
somebody.
regret. He don't regret nothing. He'll do it again.
Bro,
Here's,
I
here's
was
the
gonna say,
thing,
I was
though.
gonna say the
He
same
keeps
thing.
saying that his parents was a part of the crack movement. Both of my parents are crackhead. I decided to
You
rob
making
people. I didn't
choices in
sell dope.
life. You don't
I
have
was
to
a jack
do
boy.
certain
But
shit
guess what? I
to make
realized I
money.
chose to go. I realized I chose to go do that. Even then, I didn't rob civilians. I robbed other dope boys. So it's a choice that niggas make. Niggas can't accept that. I chose to be a fuck up.
Like
Now I'm
Benny
choosing to
said,
fix
own
my
up to
life.
that shit,
That's
man.
that. Niggas gotta realize, like, bruh, you ain't gonna change shit till you wanna change shit. Y'all sit there trying to preach to a nigga who obviously don't give a damn, or he would have said, you know what, y'all right. I chose to do that. Like y'all say, there's plenty of people that come from the same environment, ain't never touched a gun, ain't never sold nothing in a day in their life. So what's their excuse?
I was gonna
It's
say,
people that
Exactly,
come
bro.
from
He
growing
worse.
up in Detroit,
It's people
see
that
see
come
early
from
the
worse.
thing
2000s,
was though. Look, the thing
watch,
was he was seeing his situation as like special. Oh, I had no other choice, bro. But you did like
bro.
you like every other nigga that says the same thing. I had no other
Bruh,
choice, bro.
a lot of
You
us
a
street
common
niggas was
at that
raised in the
point. If
church with our
everybody
mamas
saying
and
the same
grandmas.
thing, bro,
Ain't no
you a
excuse.
common nigga.
A lot of us was raised in the church with our mamas and our grandmas. Ain't no damn excuse. I was raised with my grandparents in the church. From Sunday, I was good. Monday through Saturday, I was in the fucking
that's
streets.
what
I
I'm saying.
chose to.
Like everybody think they fucking special. Everybody
Right.
like, bro, we all got a story. If anything, it's so when we start talking about certain shit that you feel attacked on, everybody different, lived experience, we all special. But then we'll all it's funny how when we get on TikTok and we laugh at certain videos about how our moms used to do, like black people have this monolithic shared experience because we all damn near did the same shit growing up.
Right.
But
But they
now
ain't
when
never
we
saw
talking
it.
now we talking
But
about
they
you
never saw it.
being in the streets now to say everybody, hey man, we all different, we special, bro. Like, nah, man.
Like,
Exactly,
bro, you
niggas
know
don't
what
got no
stopped me?
self
You know what
awareness,
stopped
bro.
me, Billy? Sitting in court watching the state DA say, we recommend 30 years. That shit stopped all the gangsta out of me.
And you know why he wouldn't answer that question? Because he never got caught.
No, he didn't.
He escaped the consequences. Now he think
And y'all
he
was right
better than
about
that other niggas, bro.
He ain't
y'all
getting
was right
caught.
about
My
this.
thing is, how
He
y'all
would
let
do
that
it
man
if he
deflect and say,
if he had lost everything to this day. He would be doing that shit. That's why he didn't answer that question.
He
Cause he
But
didn't
know.
that's
get caught. He got
so
out.
how
that's
He
y'all
the
ain't
let him
problem.
get
deflect
caught.
to talk about broken
The
families? This wasn't
problem
even a
is because
conversation about broken families. How y'all let him go over there? Like, I'm in the comments like, y'all let this man talk about broken families? We ain't say nothing about a broken family.
that was one of those grasping at straws. It's like, oh, well, when it's like, because that's what people do. Is like whenever you have them like squared up on accountability, it's like, well, wait a minute, your situation has to be different. It has to be different. But the thing about that is you cannot compare that to any other thing out there. Trying to compare this man creating a broken home, quote unquote, and you selling poison and destroying families
He
and
don't want to
taking
feel
parents away from
Too
guilty.
their
many.
children
That's
But
is
too
here's the
not the
many.
thing
same.
though, Chad.
Mm.
You know,
He don't
like
want
I
to.
Not the
know.
same.
You know,
He don't
like I
want to feel
know.
guilty about the
Go ahead.
shit.
Most men don't like accountability because it means you
That
got to
guilt
face your
goes
own
with the
demons.
lie.
People think accountability is an attack. It's not an attack. It's basically a critique like, bruh, you fucking up. This how you fucking up. I'm your
When you
boy. I'm
take it in
gonna
and
pull
you
your
move
coattail.
different.
You fucking up.
But
They
they don't
think you
want.
But
attacking them.
even
They don't
even
want
if,
to.
like I say, even if you want to give him that argument about the broken homes, when you asked him would he go and do it the right way, nigga said straight up,
That's
yes,
right.
I would.
Absolutely. There
Like,
was
So
never
why he
any
got
shot
why
at
ain't nobody
no.
have a valid
I think
point?
that's what we're
But
talking
that's
about too. Though,
because
if you're gonna ask me to
That
go
was
back in the
funny.
past, because
That was
again,
funny.
silence is everything. But you sit here and ask me, yo, would you do it again if you go in the past? 100%, I would do it the right way. Like I would have got married first, all the right steps. If I had
Yeah.
a chance to do it again,
Yeah.
you know what I'm
but
saying?
that's the problem.
Right.
There's no shame. He wasn't shamed. He wasn't shamed about doing it. That's why, and that is the problem today.
He got the
It's
cool points.
glamorized,
That,
whether people
that's
choose
what
to
that
admit it or
was.
not. It's glamorized by the way
Yeah.
people talk about it, it's glamorized the way that the people word it. It's never
Mm-hmm.
talked about as something disgusting, filthy, and with shame. And that's the only way it should be discussed. But everybody talk
Yeah.
about it as if it's a cool thing. So of course some 11-year-old a cool factor. Kids care about what's cool. Little boys do what's cool.
What's
That's
cool?
why they act the way that they do, because they think
Yeah.
that they are cool. If they
Yup.
thought that they was doofuses, if they thought that they was out here looking fucked up, they wouldn't do the shit that
They
they do.
wouldn't do
That's
it.
because it's cool. Let's call it what it is.
They
Bruh,
think
they
it's how it's
think being a
supposed to
crash
go.
out is cool, but they don't realize I done been shot and stabbed. That shit
But that's
ain't
because
fun. It ain't like
It
the
ain't.
movie. Like, don't no music start playing.
but that's
Don't no
because we
women
do
come out the
things.
house
Oh yeah,
screaming.
But
it
no,
No
ain't
but
like
that's
homies
it
don't
start
run
because
the busting
playing.
back. They looking scared too.
yeah, but no,
Like,